We're live. Here we are. Another day.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Another day, another stream. We got some things to discuss. So
where we starting off today?
So today, I guess we can start off with Ben's live stream that he did yesterday. What's up, chat? How's it going? Thank y'all for joining us on Saturday night. We know that you could have been, we know that you could have been anywhere else, so we really appreciate you guys being here with us. We'll try not to be too long tonight because there is for those of you that are MMA fans, there's a good fight happening here tonight. I think it should have already started, but we'll try to wrap it before the main event, I guess. But yeah, we'll have a pretty interesting stream here. So Ben continues to make the rounds. He's doing some interviews. There's an interview of his that we will probably cover on a future stream because it's just a little bit too long for this one. I'm sure those of you that are in the chat, you probably know which one I'm referring to. It's the one that he did. What is it called? The iced coffee hour?
Iced coffee, yeah.
Yeah. So that's one that we'll probably go over on a future stream. Started watching some of it. I haven't finished it. Or you got a good way through it. But let's not give anything away just yet. Thoughts about that yet, because I think there is some stuff in there that that's worth unpacking on a stream.
Yeah.
But we will be going over more of Echo Base Network's exclusive interview with Crystal and her husband, because I think should be interesting. Because I think the more that's revealed, I gotta say, initially, when all this went down, I was looking at, the potential, like, because, you got to look at it all and you got to be objective with these things. So I was thinking there could be blame to go around here, and maybe there still is, you never know. But the more that I've seen, the more that I've seen in regards to Crystal Gorman, the more I'm starting to kind of change my opinion a little bit more towards the fact that, she got the shaft pretty bad from Bam as well. And again, like I said, there could be something still that we might find out that, that she could be responsible for certain things we don't know. But at the same time, like I said, I think one of the biggest turning points was the CoffeeZilla interview she did, where she basically said she'd be willing to take accountability if there was a mistake on her part, and she would try to make things right, which was good. It was good to hear.
Yep. And
also that Kai McAllister call, hearing the full thing, it's pretty evident, right, that Crystal and her husband were planning to take legal action. I think at that point, I think that's a pretty fair assumption to make, considering how that call went. So that, and mind you, that's before Ben ever got involved. So, and hearing that they never got the inventory list, which I tend to believe that, of course, because the same thing happened to Relic. They never provided an inventory list of the stuff. So obviously, if there's any responsibility on her part where, she didn't get a chance to pay Brian out all he needed to remember, those things were not given to her in order for her to be able to do that as well. So it can't entirely be put on her, right? So it's just things like that. So what do you think, Aura?
In terms of how the store was seized, or in terms of like Crystal Gorman's activity with everything so far?
Yeah, like her position in all this, I guess you could say.
Her position in all this, I think if there was any impropriety, I don't think she would take the time to sue them. She'd probably just leave the country like she was talking about and never look back. That's what I would do if I was guilty, right? I wouldn't start trying to sue the company and trying to make things right, or even offer to make things right in case there was a fuck up. You know what I mean? I think those kind of actions speak louder than anything, because it would be foolish to do so, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially because if you're going to court and you pay all this money to go to court,
and then you're like, oh, I did all this shit, So, and then we saw her on camera. She did ask for, like tickets for proper payment. It wasn't given. You know what I mean? So I'm saying if there is any fault of hers, I'm like, they probably amplified it with napalm. You know what I mean? They didn't do any justice, any favors to anybody, to themselves, nor to Brian, nor to Crystal. So, you know, the professionals and the CEOs are supposed to like solve these problems, not make them worse.
Correct. Yeah. There should have been a resolution. So here we have, oh yeah, they absolutely made them worse. So here we have the live stream that Ben did last night with Sheldon. Kind of short, not too long. They went live for just under 30 minutes, it looks like. And just want to see if there's anything here, because I kind of saw a little bit of it, but it was more towards the tail end of it. I caught it kind of late. So I know that he was doing some call-ins on this particular stream. So people are calling in, asking some questions, things like that. So I want to see if there's anything here that maybe, like I said, you never know. You know, there's always a chance that there's something that's revealed that might be useful, or again, gives us a better understanding of the situation overall that didn't make it to the final cut of any of the videos that have been put out so far. So I figure we'll just take a look at it and see. And hopefully, you know, Ben is being careful with what he's discussing publicly, right?
Yeah.
But you know, his name is Reckless Ben, so we got to consider that. All right. So let me go ahead and turn this up here and we'll get this started here.
What's up? Oh, there we go. Now
yeah, we got audio. We did it.
What's up?
Guys? Yeah.
What's up?
What up?
do we do now?
Hey, put the number in the chat.
Oh yeah, put the phone number.
What-
Phone number.
Oh, the phone number.
Oh, yeah, I guess they can call a number if they want.
Oh, let's go. Whoop, whoop.
Nice. Well, what are people saying? Oh, we got one comment. They said, "Hey, first comment."
Yeah, we're live.
Hey,
you
yeah,
are the first
yeah,
comment.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
first
what-
shout out, first comment, sir.
Oh shoot, should I just say the name of the number?
Yes. Just say the
Wait.
number. Hey,
I'll be right
guys,
back.
call. You can call into this
If
number.
you guys have questions, you can call this phone number. It's 385-452-1454. If you
Yeah,
call
call that
if you
number.
call
Pick
this
up.
number, we will answer and we'll answer your questions.
Call the number.
They did call-ins.
Call it.
I don't think the number's working now, though.
I pinned the message. It's 385-452-1454. And you
Welcome,
can call
welcome.
in.
You can call
And
this
we will
number and we
answer.
will answer your question.
Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Hope you'll stick around. Yeah, we're live 6 nights a week. So
Call is a rotten egg.
So I loved you guys' mime routine in the last video. Thank you. Yes, we did. We were mimes in the last video because we were like, oh, what if we do a video where we're mimes? And we just thought it would be funny, you know, not because we had technical issues or anything. We just wanted to be mimes.
Yeah.
And, we thought it was funny. So I'm glad you guys. I'm
also
glad
see-
the audience understood what was going on because we were afraid you guys might think
Ben,
that
you're-
maybe
you
the
don't like
microphone
that.
didn't work, but it did. But yeah, see, as you can see, we're in mime.
Thug Light. Okay. Thank you, Tyrannosaurus Rick, for the 5. Appreciate the support, buddy. Our friend Thug Light has a cameo in this video. That's awesome. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Tyrannosaurus Rick, but Thug Light, wasn't he the one that was supposed to interview, if I'm not mistaken, he was supposed to be interviewing Josh Johnson? Or am I completely wrong about that? Let me know in the chat.
Outfits, so we were practicing our miming. We were afraid that you guys might think it's technical issues, but no, they seem to understand, which is
Okay, so Tyrannosaurus Rick says yes. So did that already happen? Did he already do that, or was it is that something that's still in the process? Was it going to be a pre-recorded interview he did with them, or what the deal is? Oh, Josh is his friend, quote unquote. Okay.
is good.
385-452.
Oh, we're getting called. We're getting called.
Getting call.
They get excited over the call.
Hello.
Hey, am I actually speaking with the Reckless Ben crew?
You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
Dude,
What's up?
freaking sick. Been following y'all for a while.
Nice.
Nice. What up?
What do you got? What's your name?
My name is Jared, by the way. Jared Tanner.
What do you do,
Uh,
Jared?
No, he's
I'm
the
a
one
mechanic.
asking questions, not us. Stop interrogating the fan.
You're good, man. Hey, ask whatever you
Really,
want. I'm an
mime
open book.
approves. Nice.
No, I'm a mechanic and paramedic.
Nice.
So-
Nice.
Okay,
That's dope,
Yeah.
dude. So
let's
what,
see if we can.
what kind of stuff you got for us? What,
Yeah, what do you
have
got?
any questions?
The
You got
There you go.
The big question I got is, does anybody besides the hairdresser that's next to the other Eugene store know if the Legos were moved to a different store? Because I was looking into the whole federal RICO side of things, and if you can actually prove it was moved outside the state, that's some huge crimes
Dang.
that would actually be FBI stuff, not local police.
I don't.
I
think
mainly
they
just
were
do
moved.
competitions, but Ben should know about this answer.
Yeah, I don't think they were. I mean, we'll say we have no evidence that they were moved from the store. I think what's more likely is they might have sold the Legos to customers that were in the store, in the Salem store.
Well, I asked that because the disgruntled employee said that they were holding them till they got moved to other locations. If you remember that in the CoffeeZilla video,
Yeah.
he said we're temporarily holding them for the till we find out more.
My
That's why I
theory
kinda
on
thought
it
that.
is,
It's possible. I don't know. I have not seen any evidence of that yet, so I don't want to claim something. And then
Right.
it turns out once there's more evidence that it's not true, and I look stupid. So I don't know. I genuinely.
So to address this real quick, right? What Ben is saying here. Obviously, y'all know I have my theory on that, right? I have my theory on him. What Brandon Best did that night in the store. Of course, like I said, just speculation. Can't prove it. Don't know with 100% certainty. But to me, that would make the most sense considering, like I said, how everything lines up and how it kind of corroborates the Eugene store, the so-called disgruntled Eugene store employee, his story, right? It kind of all lines up with that, the amount of time it would have taken to go there and back and so forth. Like I said, the fact that Brandon did have access to the safes to the safe in the back, and as well as keys and things like that. So I guess what would be ironclad proof would be, of course, if somehow the ring cameras are still running and provided any kind of, if there's more footage, right, of him you actually see him taking stuff out to the U-Haul from in front of the counter and stuff like that, from the back, passing the camera, going out the door and stuff like that, which, I would think that at the very least, Brandon, if he was aware, which he probably was, of where those ring cameras were, obviously you're going to wait until Crystal's out of the store if you're going to go ahead and turn those off to make sure there's no recordings of what you're doing, right? So, but if he was dumb enough to leave them on, right, then there's that possibility that that maybe video could exist. But again, we don't know. It's, like I said, pure speculation, just stuff that I've theorized on the matter. So, or what do you think? Or where you at, boy? Aura, what's going on, man? Can't hear you. I guess he must have stepped away. Anyways, we'll continue on here.
I'm back, John. I'm
So
sorry.
I didn't even know you were gone.
I told you I'll be back. I guess you didn't hear me.
No, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I went to go
That's
get
my
some
bad.
water. Sorry, I just got
No,
back.
I was asking you what you thought, because I was saying that probably, like, if Brandon, I've theorized that Brandon raided the back, right, and took some Legos, but of course there's no ironclad proof in terms of like video and stuff like that. But again, given the
There's,
timeline of events,
What did we call it, John? Circumstantial evidence.
there's the circumstantial evidence, right? The timeline, the how
The
the story lines
U-Haul,
up. Yeah, how it lines up
the
with
repeated patterns of
the dis-
harbinging stores, like
correct. The disgruntled ex-employee, right? How it lines up with his
What
account
happened
of
to
things
Relic.
that happened that night. Yes,
Yeah.
what happened to Relic. The fact that the U-Haul was returned at like 6 a.m. in the morning, right?
a rental car. Yeah,
The next day. Yep.
rental
All
car.
that stuff. Yeah, so it kind of all lines up. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I theorize. But again, could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. It's certainly possible.
We're just
But
talking. We're just talking.
but I think that there's a good chance that that's probably what happened.
It's plausible. Very plausible.
It's definitely possible.
I
But-
don't know. I don't know. What's your theory, Sheldon?
I was just gonna say, I think they possibly did move him, but I think what they did is they left a small amount of scrap sets that they put in that cabinet they kept telling us about as like a back door in case they got caught. And then they were just willing to give away like a very small fraction that was like the most worthless stuff. So I don't know if they moved it or they just sold it out of the store. They really, I guess, didn't have any initiative to move it because they could just sell it out of that store and make the same amount of money is the problem.
Yeah.
I would,
and
I would, yeah. Go ahead.
I would agree with that too. Like, obviously you're going to leave that's the thing. I think, like I said, I think that he took the bigger, most expensive sets, all the big money stuff. I think that's what he ended up taking out of there.
So I think that's like the pattern that we're always talking about. It's like, what is it? They take the best products from the stores they seem to acquire and go to one specific store that benefits them the most. You know what I mean?
That's what I think too. Yep, because that's what they did to Relic. So Shifty Smooth, thank you so much for the 5. Appreciate the support. More of a lurker than a chatter, but you guys are my favorite coverage of this ongoing B and MF shit show. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, we're
very much. Thank you for hanging out.
We
with
do
us.
our best. So thank you. Yeah, thanks for riding with us. We appreciate that. And we appreciate the support.
Much love.
Let's continue on here.
Again, these are just theories. We have no evidence of any of this. These are just kind of
these are just thoughts.
That's just theories.
That kind of leads me into my other question, because each store has its own security system. Have y'all ever thought about maybe trying to get the security system from the Eugene store? About
There's
maybe
no way
whenever
we could get that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Brandon and Josh own that store. They're not going to give it to us.
These are these are not police. Ben and his team are not police. They cannot do stuff like that, unfortunately, right?
Well, not
Otherwise,
just that.
Yeah.
Not just that. You also got to consider the fact that the lawsuit. Remember, Ben is the defendant in the lawsuit, and even though Brandon and Josh were named in that lawsuit, this all pertains to the Kaiser Salem store too. So, you know, that's kind of a separate matter from this. Although, I mean, maybe it's possible. See, that's the thing. I think that's where discovery is really going to be key. Discovery on communications, right? To see what it was that Brandon and Eamon and whoever else Brandon was talking to that very night in terms of text messages, whether it was Josh, like all those communications to me is what's really going to be key. To all this. If it goes that far. Thank you, Tyrannosaurus Rick, with the 5. There's no way Bam let's this go to trial. Discovery would be a nuke to their business. I agree. That's why I don't think they're going to take it, even though again, they could decide, hey, you know what, we're gonna go full retard and we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna put on the helmet and we're just going all the way. Screw it. We know people hate us, but maybe we could get some money out of it. So we'll worry about what to do after the fact, after we get our money. They could take that route, right? But but again, I think that given how bad the PR has been and how poorly they've handled it, they don't want Discovery, I don't think.
They don't want it. Go ahead, John.
They don't
Tell
want
them how it is.
They don't want that.
They don't want it, John.
They don't want that. Yeah, because it's going to make them look so bad. Because once those filings, you know, go into, you know, their responses and things like that, and start showing up in documents, people like me, we're going to be talking about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about them. We're going to be putting them out there. So, and all the other channels that are covering this, and it's just not just us, but the news, the mainstream news, they're going to be putting out articles. You know, they're going to be doing news reports on it. Like, you know, some of these news affiliates that are out there, you know, interviewing Ben and Eamon and whoever else. And it's going to be really bad. It's going to be so bad for them. So I think, like I said, they don't want that. They don't want none. They don't want none.
I mean, there's a possibility that never got deleted. I'm willing to bet the Salem one got deleted immediately, but there's a possibility the other one didn't. So that's why I was thinking that.
That'd be cool.
But, that's all the questions I got. I'm willing to bet the Salem one got deleted immediately, but there's a possibility the other one didn't. So that's why.
See, the thing is, though, I don't even think the thing is, I would think again, Brandon seizing the store that night, he would have been aware of the fact that there were cameras in the store, or maybe not, you know, but at least he would have had time to find them and turn them off, right? Because it's just like, all right, I'm going to let's see what they got here. Oh, okay, let me grab some stuff out of here. I mean, you would think you're going to turn the cameras off so that they don't catch any of that stuff. So, but if for some reason he didn't turn them off and cameras kept rolling, and Crystal or Crystal's attorneys have that stuff, things would be very interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things would be very interesting. But I would think that Brandon would have at least been, smart enough to turn the cameras off if he was aware of where they were at and how to do so, right?
Right.
Thank you, Terrestrius Rick, with another 5.
Very generous. Thank you.
He's gonna, very generous. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. At KJ's collect question, what happens if Ben declines to settle? I think, well, if they can't reach mediation, then things will proceed. So from there, it'll probably go into deposition. From deposition, it'll go into court trial.
Yeah.
There'll be filings, there'll be amended filings, and things will just proceed. They'll just go down the path of going all the way to court. They'll get to like I said, and depositions. They don't want depositions either, because depositions are almost like a preview of what you're going to see in trial in terms of the kind of line of questioning that the lawyers, right, that Ben's lawyers are going to have for like Eamon and for Josh and for Brandon and anybody else that's on that side that's suing Ben. Yes.
Matt too. So, I'm sure he's got to be in it.
So you're going to see basically the strategy, and that on the flip side, you're also going to see that when Ben gets deposed, when Brian gets deposed and stuff like that, you're going to see the line of questioning that Bricks and Minifigs lawyers are going to use, the tactics that they're going to employ on Ben and Brian and whoever else is named in the lawsuit once it's been amended, right? So that's one of those things where, again, all depends, I guess, on which side decides whether or not they want to settle, if they're going to come to terms or what. Like, I could see a scenario where Ben says, well, no, we want to make sure we get justice completely and make sure we get all these people. We want to make sure that we get all of Bricks and Minifigs dirty laundry out there to the public so that they'll never do this again to anybody. But he could just be concerned with Brian, right? Because he has said that in interviews where he just wants Brian to be taken care of, right? So he could just end up mediating just to be like, let's just get Brian his money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be done with it, right? So
yeah. In public opinion, John, do you think that's enough?
Well, his whole thing is to make Brian whole. And I mean, look, here's the thing. Settlement can be viewed as a win in public as well for Ben and Brian, because it'll be perceived.
Let me reiterate real quick. Do you think that that's enough? Your opinion?
I would like to see more, but at the same time, I understand it. And I think to a degree it would be enough, because like I said, either way, Bam looks bad regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose some money, they end up having to settle with Brian, then it's kind of like, yeah, they're still going to look like losers, right? In the situation.
If I'm not mistaken, we're like of the belief that no matter what, it's just kind of over for them.
Yeah, they still look like losers no matter what. Now they just look, they're losers that had to pay a hefty price for being losers. You know what I mean? For being jerks, for handling the situation that they did. They end up the argument ends up getting turned around, right?
Mm-hmm.
It ends up being that, whoever told Brian, right, whether it was Josh or Brandon that told him that, hey, you're going to end up spending more in court. You're going to end up spending more in court and, than what the Legos are worth. And that's just not worth it. Well, guess what, bitch? No, it wasn't worth it for y'all, because y'all ended up paying Brian, after all, more than what his Legos were worth, right? On top of the fact that you lost money in the long run because of how much bad PR you ended up getting.
It would make more sense if they were swift in returning the Legos, and if they try to dump it all on Crystal to do it sooner, they probably would have saved a lot more face, I think. strategically
Yeah.
speaking.
Strategically speaking, yeah. I think so
We got
too.
something in chat.
Yeah, I appreciate you, CMAD 34 Marine. Thank you, buddy. I always
Thank you.
you're always supporting us. We appreciate that. We know there was a U-Haul there, Burger King across the street, and a light intersection outside the brick store. Those cameras would pick them moving out stuff into the U-Haul. That's a pretty good point there. Yeah, and it's
Nice
possible
observation.
that maybe it's possible. Yeah, it's possible that Ben's lawyers might already be over that. They might be like, hey, they might have gone to Burger King. Hey, but the thing is, they're not. Those places are not going to give that stuff up without a subpoena, though, either. You know, because they got to protect their businesses too. So the lawyers would have to subpoena those places that have that. Unless they're just unless it's a Burger King franchise where the owner is just like, hey, I heard of Reckless Ben. I want to help him. Fuck, y'all can have this shit. Here you go.
Yeah.
So, which hopefully he's a fan of Reckless Ben, whoever the owner of that Burger King is.
I was thinking that.
That'd be cool.
But- Oh yeah, that's all the questions I got. If you want to move on to the next person.
Nice. Well, no one else has called us yet, so
Really?
yeah.
Thank you for doing
Relic,
Yo.
Relic has
Oh
joined.
my God! What
Welcome
the
back.
legend?
Hell
going
yeah!
on?
What's up, ladies?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Return at the Mac.
I know, right? And I
Have always loved you.
yeah, that's only for you, bro.
Chat,
I know-
welcome
I know,
back,
I
Relic.
know.
It's been a minute since he's been on with us. He's been busy because
Yeah,
he's been
dude, I
making the
feel
rounds
bad.
too.
No,
I've been
bad.
busy.
No, bro, don't.
I've been busy at work making no money.
Nah, it's all good,
I
man.
feel that.
And that's most of our lives, right? Yeah. So, man, somebody messaged me and was like, dude, you should watch like this exact stream that we're watching right now.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, Ben, what the freak, man?
He's got Relic's got some thoughts. All right, so we'll get to that then. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll
well,
see what
It
what's going on
was
here.
more like the end. There's some, like he says, I think some one or two things that might be dumb, but
Word.
it's almost like I don't know. Have you guys seen this yet?
No, this is we're reacting to it live here.
Okay, there's like a part where like you kind of like, oh, are you guys kind of like making fun of a dude, or why you laughing, type stuff. Like it's just I don't know. Like it's we'll get to it and then.
Is it like later on down?
Yes, let me know. Let me know when to
Well,
pause when there's stuff you wanna.
Yeah. I'll point things out. It's just more of like it might be a nitpick. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but I
No,
wasn't
let's talk
a
about it.
fan
That's what
of
we're here
that.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like well, let's start from here. Like
We're here to
so
disseminate,
far, it's
yeah.
been whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Switch out. All right, so real quick, Rube, thank you so much with the 5 Australian. Appreciate the support, buddy, as always. Signed the franchise agreement, conversion muted, except Brian. In this case, conversion becomes verifiable theft. He never signed the franchise document. That's true. Brian was never a part of that. So,
Start calling us?
Yeah, we'll just.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're gonna let you go, dude. Thanks so much for calling in, bro.
Someone else call us. We can answer now.
If you give them like a time limit.
How many-
Well, no, we'll
None.
just.
We're getting another one. Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
what's up, Cleveland, Ohio? What's your name?
Hey, it's John. I go by JJ Audio Guy.
Nice.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Jay.
JJ.
Hey.
Oh, we got another one.
Cheers.
Should we merge the
Hey, I
calls?
discovered
Hold on,
you guys-
maybe one at a time.
We're
One-
merging it.
Let's merge
Okay,
it.
We're merging them.
Hold on, one second.
How do we merge it? Wait, we hung
Click
up
the
and then.
merge button in the middle.
oh no, they hung up on him.
Yeah, up on it. Oh no.
What's up?
We just merged like
Guys
50
out.
in one.
Okay, you guys
We got
are gonna have.
JJ on the phone, and who else is on here?
People.
We got JJ and who
John.
else?
John.
John.
John,
Yeah,
what's
JJ.
up?
Oh, do you guys want to do a triple merge?
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I don't care.
No, it's fine. It's gonna get too confusing.
Okay,
All
one
right.
question per person.
Oh,
then we can
man.
All right, JJ.
What?
What you
Hey,
got?
pause it.
Yeah, I go by JJ.
Oh no,
Audio
sorry,
Guy.
sorry.
And,
Like it
I discovered
was,
you.
I was thinking out loud because I read the chat. Tyrannosaurus Rick, my bad, man. I actually didn't mean to call you. I've been dying here. Like I just got off like a 12-hour shift.
Oh no.
So,
Yeesh.
but no, but he messaged me forever, like not forever ago, like I think a few days ago. But again, Rick, my bad.
you guys on BJC Live.
And anybody else that didn't message, my bad.
About this, and she is doing a great job. I even learned so much today. I hope you're keeping up with her. That's all, man.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for the
Thanks a
support.
ton.
Shout out BJC Live. She's the best.
Yeah, and BJ's in general.
Oh gosh.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
no,
Agreed.
You guys agree. I can't hear you at all, barely. But,
Dang.
oh man.
Oh man.
Dang. Well, what do you got for us, John?
How do you? I got you, Tyler.
Yeah, how do y'all think the Airbnb guy, like, you think he had like a listening device and y'all, you know? Or,
No, I think
it was
They lived in their basement.
they were right.
So we already know about this. This was answered before. So the Airbnb guy, for those of you that don't know, he was renting the lower portion of his place to Ben and his friends. That's how he heard them, because he was actually
basement,
there.
right?
Yeah, he was actually in the house upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
He was renting out the lower part of it to them for them to stay in. So
The
that's how
basement
he
area.
heard. It's not because he had any kind of, at least to the best of my knowledge from what I've been told and what I've seen, is that basically, he was just renting out the lower half, so that's how he heard him. It wasn't because he was necessarily,
But what did he hear exactly?
spying
Like,
on them.
like he
You
heard
heard them
say that-
talking about stolen Legos, stuff like that. But it's because he was in the house at that particular point in time and overheard them speaking about it.
Well, it explains the
Allegedly.
subpoena also for the search for the basement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Why it was only limited to that part of the house, because that's the part that they were staying at.
Mhm.
So, thank you again, Tyrannosaurus Rick. These guys are so much fun. They are all just real dudes, no facade. Yeah.
Definitely not a
Us or
facade.
Ben's crew or all of us. Are you talking about us or Ben's crew?
I
I
think he's
don't
talking
know.
about
I don't know
Ben.
who you mean.
I think he's talking about Ben's crew.
Yeah.
Just correct me if I'm
Next
wrong.
door.
Yeah.
So I think they were definitely, without a doubt, ear hustling, which is rude because they should have just been minding their own
That's
business.
still creepy in itself.
Yeah, and then obviously, due to ongoing litigation, I can't really say everything, but it's pretty crazy, yeah. Because as you guys have seen, probably in the unredacted footage, Adamson's like the guy's in my truck. You know what I mean? Right now.
Yeah. It's just crazy. How
Thank you,
so
Rick.
many
Thank you. Thank
people,
you.
Like just all
That famous Lego influencer,
everything.
Ben the Lego.
Thanks for the follow, guys.
Oh, Victor. Well,
Yeah,
sick.
appreciate it. Well, I thought I'd give the little guys a little help here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's on the rise, so thought I'd help a guy out.
Well, all right, we're gonna
Answer the next person.
next person.
See ya. Hello. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
We're
Good.
doing
Live
great.
right now.
Yeah, we're doing great. Thank you so much. What's on your mind? Anything awesome? Any kind of questions you have for us?
Well, I've been listening to this girl, DFJ, Don't Fuck with Justice. I don't know if you're
dang.
familiar. She's awesome. But, she has some questions about what happened to Tattle. Like, what happened to the bird, guys?
We
Do you
might have
know?
found out. We
Yeah,
actually
we might have
filmed a second channel video on my second channel today of what happened to the bird, and I guess you guys will see soon.
You guys will see soon. So hopefully it's I don't want to spoil too much, but hopefully it's the same bird. And if it is, then Tattle is safe and sound. Hopefully.
He's like, you're revealing too much.
It's not good news for the bird. We'll say that.
Oh, really? Oh.
Well, if not, you guys probably have them on animal cruelty charges.
Well,
We'll say it's not good for the bird, probably.
we got.
It's not good for the bird, probably.
Hold on, we got it.
Okay, we got to answer the next person. Okay,
Yeah,
see ya.
sorry.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye. What's up?
What
How's
up?
it going?
Yo, what's going on?
What up?
Hey, I'm watching you guys on stream. I'm actually calling from my daughter's phone.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So hey, I got a question for you guys, both for Sheldon and Ben. Are you guys planning on going after them legally for punitive damages?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's such a Ben answer. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't even know if you could say. So I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how his lawyers directed
It's
him.
probably best not to say, or
I would assume
give any details.
I would
The thing
assume
is,
give hints.
Just it's one of those things. Just do it. You know, just do
But-
it once you're done with this case. Just
wait and
go and
see.
do that.
By the way, that message that you guys highlighted, the pew pew message, that's also something a lot of people are not pointing out. Like when Ammon called the police, claiming what Ben's threats were, he never gave a timeline of when.
Yeah.
When Ben made those threats, right? So, as far as we know, obviously looks like a lie. But we don't know if somebody overheard, them joking around, or somebody saying something that's connected to Ben joking around, and then it got to their ears, and then they're trying to use it and found a way to use it. I don't think so, but that's also a possibility of like why would they make that claim unless it's just like actually Ammon's a piece of garbage, and that's like all that it is.
Yeah, of course.
This is the kind of stuff that like it needs to be talked about. Like where, like, is he just that much of an idiot and a piece of garbage that he just is okay saying whatever he wants to say, or is he under some impression that, or has some evidence that we still haven't seen yet of somebody associated making jokes or threats similar to what he's saying? You know what I mean?
Remember back when the initial videos were released, there was the claims that he was making that Ben or people affiliated with Ben were making threats to Amanda, the store owner, as well.
Yeah.
So it goes from all the way back when they were in Oregon. You know, this idea that Ben or people close to Ben were threatening, were threatening bad things, right?
Yeah,
And,
I think also
to do to the store and to do to the people inside the store and stuff like that. So that's something that followed him all the way from Oregon into Utah.
And I think also like it's obviously like the backlash after the videos came out of some weird fans, like harassing other bricks and minifig store owners that probably gave validity to either the courts or the police of like, oh yeah, like you see these are the kind of people that Ben attracts or whatever. Even though they put out a statement like no.
You're right, because that's actually in their filings, because they used posts from Reddit and messages that they got,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, emails.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Have you guys, and Ben, have you seen?
Or they can do the chicken dance if they want.
Yeah. Dude, I got a suit for that too.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Maybe if you let us borrow,
Pure humiliation.
but then we can put Ammon in it, and he can do the chicken dance for us.
Dude, anytime. Hey, I just want to say, did you guys also see what they posted on their Bricks and Minifigs website?
Yeah.
Echo Base Network reported on that one.
Oh yeah, we made a video about that today in a cornfield. It was pretty sick.
In a cornfield.
In a cornfield. That's hilarious. Tyrannosaurus Rick, thank you so much.
He's the stream daddy today, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's a stream daddy today, man. Relic, I really enjoy how you objectively analyze the situations and you are unafraid to speak the truth. Well done.
Yeah, I've already received so much backlash for that. Like you're not on Ben's side and stuff. Like, no, this is a 30-year-old man, and we're all humans, and people make mistakes.
Yeah, we got you back. Don't worry.
You know the enemy probably just as better or just as good as anybody else. You know what I mean? Like you've been around these people, you've had your own experience, you're knowledgeable about them. So,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't think when I say like I truly didn't think they would ever do what they did to me. It's like, well, also like obviously there's things I don't know about them,
right?
But like I saw like the good side of them, and then like the surprise came of like how bad they really were.
Right?
So it's still like. That's still a hard thing to always comprehend.
Yeah.
Of like how can somebody fake being good so much that you believe it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That means they've had years of practice, man.
Yeah. Well, you see all the time with like world leaders, like tyrannical governments, dictators, kings, whatever.
Yeah. No, that's true.
All right, well, hey, you guys have a good night.
You too, man. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Hey, what's your thing? I want to put it on Insta real quick.
Sheldon Norcross.
Oh, we're getting another
Yeah.
one.
By the way, I
don't
probably
think
wouldn't
this
have worn
ever
those
gonna
glasses.
Hello? Oh, put it on speaker.
Like
put it
that?
on
Right.
Like that.
You know what I mean?
Hello?
Yeah,
I know. I know why.
Stay less.
Hello.
What up?
What's up?
Is this the wonderful and amazing Ben Schneider?
No, it's
By the
Sheldon,
way, some of
Victor,
these voices
Ben,
sounded
Ben,
like
Tyler.
Ammon to me. I was like, oh, hold up.
yeah,
know?
did
Could you
you
imagine?
This is
Yeah.
John. You know, it's Eamon.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
yeah. Inception.
This
type
is
shit.
this is Mammon.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Mammon. Nick Neff. Yeah. Oh my
It is
God, terrible.
Mamon.
I know. Ramen. No. Fuck. You know, I get to see him like that.
He just hangs up real quick. He's like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
I panic, Matt. Like,
Is it no? And then you hear Matt in the background. Hang up, Ammon.
yeah. You did your best.
Stop.
Yeah, hang up.
Stop.
That's Brandon. That's Brandon. Hang up, Ammon.
Brett,
Look,
it-
you know,
it
that's
remi-
Brandon. Yeah. He sounds like Michael Cera.
Oh man.
The only sad thing, like, remember Crystal Gorman? She put out the full phone call of Benjamin Gorman, all that with Kai McAllister. Like,
Yeah.
it hurt me so much when it was like, oh no, we know Brandon is just like an innocent party to all this, and he's just roped in the middle. I'm like, no, he's not.
No, he's
like-
not. He's your tool, bro. He's a tool.
Yep. Yeah.
You
Well, I mean, I think they know that. I think they were just saying that.
No,
Yeah, I
obviously
think
at the
they know
time,
better
like, but like
now,
it's
yeah.
like that's how much being silent can make
Help
somebody
you.
think of you and help
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah, give people the perception that that you're not a threat at all, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. So here we go. Let's finish here.
Oh, damn.
I just wanted to say I love you all.
Oh,
I am
that's-
sorry that this has all happened to all of you guys.
Oh,
You guys are clearly trying to do the right thing, and I mean, I very much feel bad for Brian and all that. I wanted to ask you guys something actually rather deep. And if you don't
Ooh.
want to answer, that's totally
I
fine.
love getting deep.
Uh-oh.
No,
Super
like
deep.
actual
Balls
question here. If you guys died today, hypothetically, do you guys know for sure that you'd go to heaven?
Interesting question.
Nope.
I
I don't think
have no
anyone-
not
idea.
what I was expecting.
No
But I do hope that
Yeah.
all the things that we were able to do and helping kids back,
Yes.
or getting kids like toys and adults toys and having everybody have a lot of fun and doing competitions, my life feels pretty complete.
I don't know. There's a notorious
Yeah.
Big song that would summarize my thoughts on this pretty well, but
I'd be happy with myself if I died today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still things I want to do, of course, but I have some really cool plans. But no, I'd be happy.
Cool. If I could just tell you guys real quick, like that's all great. I just wanted to share really quickly because I know you guys have a lot of calls. Just to let you know, I gave my life to Jesus a few years ago, and it was one of the best decisions ever made.
nice.
I would just encourage you guys, just to look. There's a lot of religions will say certain things, and all I just would encourage you, if you ever look into this, just look into what the Word of God itself says. Just read the Bible for yourself. A lot of people like to twist things a certain way. I know, Ben, you've looked at Scientology. And even with what's happening right now, arguably with this Mormon stuff, people like to twist things in many different ways. And I would just say, let the evidence and the Word of God speak for itself.
Nice. All right, dude.
Yeah, totally
Please
understand.
keep fighting and doing a great job with everything you're doing here. I support you guys fully. And
Heck yeah.
Nice. We got to answer the next guy.
All right,
Thanks.
hell
dude.
yeah.
Thank
See you later. Have a good one. Thanks.
Okay. All right.
Why are you guys laughing?
What's up? How's it going?
Hello.
Yeah, that part, like, it could have just been like whatever. Like they just started laughing. But It's
Yeah.
like, and I think it's always gonna be somewhat strange when somebody is expressing, out of nowhere that they gave their life to Jesus and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
you
of
gotta
course.
give some respect. Like, okay, you're telling me that's really cool. Like that's nice. And then
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird, like the guy in the bag joking and. Then they
Mhm.
start laughing. It's just like, all right, like,
Yeah.
that it makes it look like you guys are laughing at the guy, and it's probably not the case.
Yeah, and I don't think the guy meant any kind of offense. Obviously, the thing is when you're obviously when you're a person of faith, you want to share you want to share the good news and you are, you know what I mean, you want to proselytize to people because that's what's called to do. So, you know, that's what it is. That's all it is. The guy just wants to, you know, share something positive.
Yeah, and he wasn't. It's just like any fandom, right? Like when you're passionate about something, you want to share it. And you know, like the guy was like, "Hey, look, you know, like Jesus helped me," and I'm not like he's not even saying what his religion is or anything. He's like, but like if you guys ever want to feel the joy that I feel, go ahead and read the Bible for yourself. Like I think that's fine to say. Like you're not pushing anything.
Do you
it's
think
just like it's kind of like oh no, go ahead, brother.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like, do you guys think that it's correlated to the whole Mormon thing, or it's like unrelated? That he was just expressing his faith.
I think he probably.
It could be both, maybe, but
it could be both. I think in like my personal view, it's like whenever somebody talks about religion, whatever it is, and it's like roped into some scandal, I think people automatically start like thinking about their faith, regardless of what it is, you know. And so like, it's just like he probably just wanted to express that joy that he has. It's like I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who like I have kids and he doesn't. He doesn't ever want kids. And we were talking like he has a wife and stuff. Like he's like I feel like everybody judges me that has kids that you know because we're not gonna have kids. Right. And I'm like there might be some of that. Maybe it's 50%. But I'm like the other ones. It's like as soon as we hear that you don't want to have kids, it's almost like we feel sad because the joy of having kids, even though it's like scary, like it's illogical, but that connection that you have as a parent,
I heard it transforms you.
Yeah, like it can't. You can't even put it into words and express it. You might be able to do a really good job, but it's like I can't. Like I want to share this joy with everybody, and I can't unless you want to.
Unless you experience it yourself.
Yeah, and so like I think that guy was just kind of like doing that. I don't think he meant anything by it. Like go convert to whatever. Just
just like hey, check it out if you want, basically.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was like maybe they didn't take it seriously because I guess he tried to prepare them for it being a deep question, and I didn't expect that route to be going because
when I heard it, I was like, oh, word, like this.
Yeah,
like I definitely don't think I'm going into heaven yet. Like I got a lot of stuff to to fix.
No, I don't know. It's not my call to make. Jesus is awesome though, so no hate.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Vinny.
Jesus is king.
Hi.
Vinny.
What's up,
Christ
Vinny?
is
You guys
king.
don't know Vinny?
I don't know who Vinny is.
Vinny. Hey. What up?
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny, ¿qué está pasando, Vin?
That's the same area code as me.
Oh no.
Forget about it.
I just saw the J like MC Mckin, your cousins. Where he said,
Oh, my cousin Vinny? That one?
Oh no, right here. Yeah, it transformed me. I became fat and out of shape, as most of the time I spent doing physical active sports vanished.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Out of there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet.
I'm just wondering, like, do you think this Mormon Mafia thing? Do you think this plays into the actions of the police department or not?
I think so.
Mormon Mafia.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think if you did that in a normal town, not saying that town isn't normal, I guess. Sorry, Tyler, but it just seems it seems like they were just like these are our people at least. Like they were the same. So yeah, I think it played into it for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that was just my question. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny.
Thanks, Vinny.
I always laugh at like statements like that, like these are my people, so they're gonna take care of them. Like, what about me, dude?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's why it's one of those things. Sure, there's always the possibility that played into why the police decided to side with them. But I think it probably also. But you also have to consider that they're locals, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
like Josh is a local, so they're looking at it also from that standpoint of local bias and like here's this guy.
No, I agree, and like
so
I agree that everything should be investigated.
Yeah,
it should be investigated if there's a Mormon mafia or the church is involved. Like that's fine.
Well, remember,
like and Ben made a good point in I forgot what video it was where he said like, oh yeah, I'm a dude coming from L.A. and they're gonna know that, and so it's like, yeah, like especially right after the pandemic and all that, the Californians moving just everywhere. Sure. Everybody was like, oh man, like it was like on the Joe Rogan podcast, they talked about it, like, hey, if you're from California, leave your bull crap over there, like don't bring it here. So it's like, yeah, there's probably gonna be a lot of prejudice and bias against Ben.
Well, the thing is also, you got to remember though too, the good thing is again, on the flip side, right, of the people that are fully invested in the thing, it does seem, from what we've heard, and again, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but it's been reported supposedly that Josh lost his high council position at his church. I don't know if that's verified, but that's what said.
That would make sense. That's common. Like, so like the high council position, it's made up of like 12 members, and what is designed to do is like pretty much assist in certain, like you were supposed to assist in a ward, like if they, for whatever reason, like it's pretty minor stuff, except for when they're like supposed to be the ones that counsel to see if there's like a member who is maybe doing something and confessed to them about like they killed somebody, or even something even minor where like maybe they made higher covenants and they should be excommunicated and stuff like that, which is not super common, but it happens.
So they're like elders in the church.
Yeah. And it's all volunteer. And so like when they find out if you're, and it doesn't matter if you're like in nursery or high council, like all callings are equal, right? If you're in nursery taking care of kids or whatever, like if you're caught in some sort of scandal where like you have to go to the court to be innocent until proven guilty, then you no longer can hold that authority, because it's like, well, we don't know what you did. You could tell us whatever, but you have to be released until this is all resolved.
Yeah.
So like that would make total sense.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Potts, goodbye.
I'm with you.
What's up?
All right, let's answer.
Bro. There's so many people.
Hello.
What's up? Hey, are you through?
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Hey guys, so I'm watching the live stream. I've been, I'm like 60 years old. I stumbled across this.
Dang, you're a perfect client.
Yeah,
or a perfect nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not downloading your information right now.
I had a couple ideas for you. I don't want to take up too much time.
What's up? What's the best idea?
Okay, so number one is one of the settlement options that you give these towns that these police departments have just utterly screwed themselves, because they're looking at millions of dollars in liability for what these guys have done to you guys. So one of the settlement options is, I like the chicken dance. I think that's great. You could also offer that they have to change the name of the town to Reckless Benville for 10 years.
I love that.
Okay, so wait, I have an idea. Wait, really quick. I have an idea. We should do, they have like a month to do the chicken dance. If they don't do a month, then it's the chicken dance plus Reckless Bet. And each month they don't do it, there's an extra thing on the list. So we'll start off with the chicken dance. If by the end of this month, then we'll do Reckless Benville after that. I like that. That's good.
All right, and then the second thing is,
that's official, by the way. That's official, by the way. Now we just made that official. It's an official demand.
Okay. No, I've been sending some emails that I've been to Amy, because I used to do public relations. I've been blind copying you guys. So you may want to check your inbox. Anyways, the other thing that you may want to think about doing is, BAM is going to be fucked when, excuse my language, when all this is over.
And we just gave our lives to Jesus. We can't cuss anymore.
We understand English. I'm pretty sure that was English, so you're good.
Okay, so anyways, one of the options for the settlement on those guys is have them turn it into a co-op.
What's
Get
that?
rid of so instead of having like a corporation run it, all of the different franchise owners own the company together, and they elect people to be like the guys that run the company.
I'll just say no comment on that, because I don't want to get into spoilers for future videos. But no, we are already on that.
Yeah, because I know there's I'm just throwing that out there. Something to
it's a great idea.
That's
So,
a good
yeah.
way to have those guys actually kind of save themselves. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna let you get back to some other phone calls. But yeah.
Nice, dude. That was awesome, dude. The Reckless Benville is so
Yeah, that's
funny.
good.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
dude.
no, do that. I love that. All right, later, guys.
Sweet.
See ya.
All right, see ya.
We're doing one last call.
I've
Last call.
Everyone, hello, you have reached the voicemail of Reckless Ben. Sorry, I can't reach the phone right now, but if you leave a message, we'll get back to you.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh wait, call them back. Call them back. Oh no!
They believed. They
Is this
believed
the same one?
it. They believed it.
I would have left a message. I don't know, but whatever.
Hello, this is
Each
the
their own.
voicemail of Reckless Ben, and I can't get to the phone.
Oh, they hung up again. No, wait, no, go back to them.
Hello, this
Are these people out? I guess they weren't watching.
is the voicemail of Reckless Ben. We cannot get to the car now, but if you leave a message, we will get back to you as soon as possible. Beep.
Where's Danny Bird?
Danny's.
Oh, me and
Let's
Danny
get
aren't
Danny
friends
on stream.
anymore. No,
We
let's
can't.
get Danny
No,
on
we
friends
can't.
anymore.
We can't
No,
do that.
we're not friends anymore.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's so sad. Yeah, but
I didn't
it's
know you guys
okay.
weren't
He's
friends.
in Bali.
That sucks.
He's only in Bali. But here, wait, I gotta add to this next person real quick.
I have no idea who Danny Burke is, but I wonder if anybody
don't know.
asked him about the other Ben kid.
Yeah. I don't know if
Hello,
Spineless
we
Ben came
cannot
up.
reach the message right now, but this is Reckless Ben. But if you leave a message, then after the beep, we can get back to you as soon as possible. Beep.
Hey, just want to say y'all are doing great work. Best of luck to you all. Thank you so much for all the energy.
Oh, thanks for the
It's been
message.
great.
That's awesome. That's really sweet of you.
Yeah.
This is still the answering machine, by the way. The beep was fake. This is the real beep now. Beep.
They hung up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought they hung up.
Oh my god. You guys caught me like after back-to-back doubles. I usually mess with my head.
Dang.
Dang.
God bless you.
But yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
But
the
yeah.
call, man, and the message. That was
No,
sick.
absolutely. Y'all have an excellent night.
Thanks, dude.
Take care.
Rachel
You too.
Anderson,
One
somebody
more.
asked
Oh,
him.
no,
That's
they
true.
hung
Call
up.
the other person back.
No. They're watching
No.
the stream while we're calling. They could have figured out that it was.
You're so mean, bro.
I'm not being mean. It's like, how did you think that was a voicemail?
Well, not if they're watching from their phones. So
No.
Where's this person?
Right.
What the fuck?
Hello, this is definitely the voicemail of Reckless Ben. Leave a message after the beep. Beep.
All right. This message is for Reckless Ben.
Oh, thank you.
I've got a question for the other Ben, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
jamming.
Be
What's
good to
up?
know.
Hey, this is still
Yeah.
voice.
This
voice
is still
message.
the voicemail, but keep going with your message.
Okay, Ben. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would you choose?
Machine Gun Kelly. I'm just kidding.
I thought it was Mac. bro.
Marilyn Monroe, probably.
Why? Could you think you can get somewhere or what? What do you? Why?
I think if someone
Why Marilyn
resurrected
Monroe?
you from the dead,
Why Marilyn Monroe? I've never heard of
Why
it.
ask this Ben?
Why not? Why not?
I was just kind of curious.
I think it's kind of.
Marilyn Monroe.
That's a great question.
yeah, that was
See,
interesting.
that's
Thank
something
you for asking.
me and Victor talk about that all the time. Like, who would Jim and want to go to dinner with? We always talk about that.
yeah,
that
we,
was a
never,
really good
we were
question.
always too scared to ask him though.
Yeah, so thanks for asking for us. Yeah, that was very helpful.
I appreciate
All right.
it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Wait, who would you?
I'm surprised he's not getting certain questions like, which was the most fun video you made,
nice.
shit like
nice.
that.
That's good. Yeah.
But Marilyn Monroe.
Wacky, crazy, funny, and then like kind of deep.
Wait, we're another call. See ya. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Yo.
What up?
Hello?
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
Not too much. How are you doing?
Yo, I'm doing great.
That's
Yo.
good. You ready for a little trivia?
Sure.
Oh, sweet. All right. In 2004, who was president? 5, 4.
George Bush.
Nice. That sounds pretty right.
I mean, it is right.
If you and I were in person right now, you'd probably win a prize.
We probably
So, anyways, what question do you have for us today?
What is that? Oh, my bad.
Ooh, so I was thinking that they should have a Lego reckless bin slack line in Mexico with a big bag at the bottom and maybe some tacos because I like tacos.
Hey, you did have a slack line.
I feel like there was like a
Yeah.
good 20-30% that called in that they were stoned.
Yeah. probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounded
It's like
it.
that was.
Especially
Yeah,
towards
there's
the
no
end here.
question really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll definitely see like the last guy. You're like, dude, what are you talking about?
yeah, for real.
That's it.
That is I've been covering this case and I've done like 200 hours of investigations into this.
Dang.
And like me and Joshua Johnson's are best friends, so I don't know if me and you can be friends, but yeah, we're in contact.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What's he thinking?
Oh, is this so?
Oh, this
so
is the guy. Yeah, this is.
is this Thug Light? Because I think
He's been in the chat before.
Tyrannosaurus Rick said that he calls in, so
Might be him.
Yeah.
I guess just confirm in chat.
I'm having a
Oh,
phone
it is.
call with
Rachel
him,
Linder says yes, it is. So
sometime next week actually.
How often you talk to him? Wait, how often do you talk to him?
So I started talking to him on June 20th. I sent my first email to him because the AFPD doxed him so he can thank his favorite people. Yeah.
Wait, so what are you going to talk to him about on the phone call?
Oh, I just have some questions to ask him. You want to hear some of the questions that I have for him?
Yeah, we absolutely would.
Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is here, I have my notes right here for my call. Hey, Josh, how are you doing? And then my notes say, listen to Josh as much as you can and make sure he's comfortable. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a really good thing.
Totally
Wow,
high.
that's good. Yeah,
Make him really
that's really good.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm learning
Dude, his
from
notes
reckless
sound
Ben
high.
strategies that sometimes being nice is
I'm getting
even
high
when
just
you're
listening to it
enemy,
now.
It seems to work
Yeah.
the best for getting the information that you want.
Yes.
So one of the questions I have for him is Elvis still alive and is he holding him hostage in his house?
oh boy, we
for
know
the
that would
last
kick him.
30 or 40 years?
Hang up the second you say that. Yeah,
Hang up the second.
that's funny.
So it's
Because he didn't
obviously Thug Light is trolling. He's not Josh's
it's a
best
troll.
friend.
want the AFP to come in his house and he's always talking about how Elvis is still alive. So I'm just, trying to connect the dots on that one.
That's a good one.
He
Yeah.
is gonna hang up on you the second you say that. But
Yeah, that's not gonna be my.
If that's what your heart.
What's your
then-
That's what your heart wants.
No, some real questions though. I wanted to ask him about the bird to see what shelter he brought him to, and why was the cage in the back of his truck with a bunch of trash?
Dang. Well, we can't really comment on that because we can't approve of someone calling Josh right now. because
Yeah,
we're
for sure.
PRO, But so I guess we can't because if we comment and say like, that's a good idea, then
Yeah. You can do whatever you'd like, and you
yeah.
can just talk about it, and that's up to you. But we can't tell you.
Yeah,
if
we
it's a good
can't like
idea
we
or-
can't even be like we approve of that. But
Awesome.
dang, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I'm Thug Light in the chat for anybody wondering. Yeah, awesome, dude.
Yeah, there it is.
Don't harass
Thug Light.
him. That's the one thing.
Oh
Like,
no, we're friends. We're actually friends.
Oh,
I mean, if you guys are
BFFs.
actually friends, that's sick. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to you if you're Josh's friend, but
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think you can talk. It's not like you're saying
Yeah.
you're saying anything to
as
tell
long
him.
as you don't harass your friends, then I think you're chilling. But
Yeah, no, I've never talked with you guys or anything. I'm doing all this on my own accord.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
He's
You already
kinda
super
incoherent.
chats. This person says, "Thank you for being great and doing the right thing. The world needs more of this." Example. Oh, thank you.
Hell yeah, that's freaking
Marie,
dope.
Marie. And then there's another one. This big crunch, ignoring my supers, even though this is the first time he super chatted, I think. Oh, he super chatted one.
Oh,
Let's see,
wow.
big crunch. Did we ignore his first one? Let's see.
What does it say?
Where did we ignore him?
Right here. Oh, nice. You can go.
Okay.
Wow, that's dope. You can like see them all.
Okay. I'm give you a chance to steal from old people and send me the Ammon set. Will you do the morally right thing, or will you be exposed to the fraud business? Oh shoot. Yeah, we could try and steal from them. And then he says, what else he said then? He says something like, ignoring me. Oh no, I'm sorry if we ignored you. We just had so many phone calls.
Yeah.
And people are still calling in right now
Brick by
too.
brick would love to do a video with you, Ben.
I should pause this real quick. Thank you, Tyrannosaurus Rick, with the 5. If you give a bird a shelter, wouldn't you give the cage too? Inquiring minds want to know. You would think that, right? I think that.
I fear for the bird.
Yeah. Hey, Pun.
Oh, nice.
Pun King, you have
Underground Adventures.
We put the link in the chat if you want to hop in.
Thanks for taking my
Pun
call
King
from
in chat?
Jared. You guys rock.
Yeah, he's in chat.
$50 super chat. What the heck?
Damn.
I've now tried more than an Aemon set. To not steal one at this point would be the equivalent of what Bam did to Mansell. Steal the Lego set from an old person, ship it to me, and I'll get on a plane tomorrow and start my documentary on We Steal from Old People. Oh, nice. And then he says, I've enjoyed watching this. Please keep us informed. Hope you get the Legos back brick by brick. $100. Wow.
Damn.
There's something
dude.
towards the end that he says he shouldn't have said.
That's all.
So he
Nice.
helps Sheldon out, honestly.
So yeah. To the end.
Dang. Well, thanks, guys.
What was to the end of it?
Wow.
Brick by
Kid's looking
brick,
sick.
brick by brick. Yeah.
Well, I feel like we wanted to stream for 30 minutes. It's been about 30 minutes. So
It's been awesome, guys.
Any
Sheldon looks like young Keemstar a little bit.
It says, let's go.
Like I just saw him roam in, and I was like, oh my god, he looked like Keemstar for 2
By
seconds.
Nerdly CNC. Nice.
Well, thanks everyone for joining. Hope you had fun. Sorry there wasn't too much of a competition. I mean, I did try to give a trivia
Oh,
thing,
good
but
punking.
you probably got it right. Probably Bush sounds right.
All right, we're
Like
gonna
that subscribe button and hit that like.
Well,
last call.
oh, you didn't even.
Well,
all right, we'll see you.
See
Whoever
you,
was
guy,
on the
whoever's
last
on the
the
phone.
last
Yeah,
person
sorry.
on
He
the call.
Well, we had to
You
sneak
gotta
in
say
one last
bye. Like these
Oh, and they hung up.
And then
takes-
this new person hung
The
up.
last person hung up, and now it's done. So,
Heck yeah.
Nice.
all right.
Thank
Well,
you guys
that
for
was our
calling
last
in.
call.
Oh,
Thank
wait,
you
we got one more
Later,
super chat.
guys.
Thanks for answering my questions about. Oh, shoot. It would actually work. Thanks. Brick by brick.
Brick by
Yeah,
brick.
See you guys.
Brick
Yes.
by brick,
Bye,
brick by
guys.
brick, brick by brick, brick by
Wait.
brick.
What about the? Didn't he read like $100 super chat?
I think you might
Or
have
something like
read
that.
it a little bit earlier.
Okay, there must have been earlier where he said
I think it
something
was around
about
here.
like what is already in the works. So I probably missed it.
First one?
Might be
Let's see.
It might be right here.
Where did we ignore him?
Right here.
No, it wasn't
Underground
here. I would have known.
Was it here?
No, it
I'm-
was something
I'm-
about like what he's doing to help owners, I guess. Like I don't know.
Oh, that was in the. Didn't you say that was in the other interview?
No, but it was on this one too, I believe.
Oh,
Okay.
Like, I might have
We'll have
missed
to
it right
come
in the
through it a
beginning.
little bit more.
Yeah,
We'll have to come through it a little bit later, but
yeah.
we'll get to the.
That live stream was kind of dookie.
yeah.
It was more like a whatever stream. Yeah, it sounded like.
It was like, I guess, an impromptu Q&A or something.
Yeah, the iced coffee hour thing. That's something we're gonna go over on future stream.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
man,
definitely
I
gonna
was
go
so
over that on
excited
a
to
future
talk
stream.
about it because I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
You gotta hold it. You gotta hold
Like,
it in. You gotta hold it in.
You
for
guys
it.
watched it though, right? Like,
I got
I
an
haven't
hour
finished
in. I
it.
still got to finish another hour.
I haven't finished it. I haven't had the chance
yo,
to.
it's like, dude, why'd you answer questions nobody like? You gave answers to questions nobody asked, and also it's like you're making just like statements out of like your butt, and like it just made no sense. I was, oh man. Anyways, Benjamin and Chris Gorman should be pissed.
So real quick, it was right after the Reckless Benville, the same guy on the phone. I think you're talking about what Relic is talking about, right? So let's see. Let me go back to it real quick and see if I can find that the Reckless Benville guy.
It's all
Oh,
good.
the one guy. Yeah, the one who's like, yeah, you should do Reckless Benville. That was
Let me
probably
see. Let me see if I
the
can
fourth
find that.
caller. I
No,
think?
no, I'm not sure if it was that.
I was like, well, John and I talked a little bit about the video. Like, we didn't finish the whole thing yet, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
want to save it, John, or do you want to?
I mean,
Talk a little
I guess we could leave it up to the chat. Would you guys rather us go over Crystal's because Crystal's interview with Echo Base Network, or do you guys want us to go over the iced coffee hour interview? I'll leave it up to chat. One for Crystal's interview, two for
Have you guys seen this interview?
two for
yet?
Ben's interview.
We haven't finished it either.
Yeah.
Like, we're so behind.
The comment section is like, tell Ben to stop cutting off Chris. It's like the main comments, and I'm like,
That's
yeah.
funny.
All right, so
But it was funny. And I was like, but it's a pretty good interview. I do not understand. Oh, Chris
Chris is in the
she's in the
chat.
chat.
Welcome,
welcome.
Crystal.
Welcome, Crystal. Thanks
Like,
for
no, I
stopping
get
by.
that he has to stay neutral, but I thought it was ridiculous how he framed it and how he phrased it. And
So
also, he didn't have to say nothing.
So
he could have
let-
just
let-
said, "I haven't really talked to you."
So I guess
Yeah.
since Chris is in the chat, we'll go to that interview. So for those of you,
Man, this sound cut
so
off
we
for me,
can
my bad.
just for the context, right? For the context of what
Hey,
we're all
Chris.
talking about here. So let me find it real quick. Let me see, because there was some things that were said in the interview, at least up to the point that I heard, that I thought were a little bit concerning.
There were a few fumbles.
There was
No.
a few things that I would have to, when I look at, critically, I have to say that probably weren't things that should have been said. And I'll explain why. Because I got I think I got 30 minutes
Oh,
in.
but she
we'll
said
start from the
her and
beginning.
Reckless Ben are still good.
Good.
All right,
So
Good.
that's nice.
Glad to hear that.
That's good.
Because
That's good.
That's good.
I'm gonna
We're
just
happy to
save
hear
it
that,
to
Chris.
comment. Yeah, I'm gonna save it to comment until everyone else gets it out and we see the context and everything. But
Yeah,
no, we
that's
got things
also
to say.
that's also good to hear. Like, we're still like, I wasn't happy. I was like, this.
I know
Well,
you
no,
weren't.
well,
I
look,
get,
here's
I get
the
where your
thing.
concerns came from.
Because it's also
Here's-
like she's probably gonna receive some backlash. Because like that's how the internet is. Like sometimes we'll
Yeah.
just latch on to something,
Yeah.
and then be like, oh, so we gotta investigate her too, and blah blah. blah
Well,
and then that's
the
gonna
thing
suck.
is-
like,
the thing is with stuff like this, I mean, look,
yeah.
we're on Ben's side, but I think it's still fair to criticize if he does certain things that
Well, I
might
think it's
be,
I
you
think
know,
it's important to
too
criticize.
reckless,
Like
right?
I think it's
They might be
important
too
to
reckless.
criticize because that's what like it's not that we're friends.
That's
but
how people improve.
Well, that's how
We're tr-
real friends are supposed to treat each
Yeah.
other. It's like you're not supposed to just accept all the bull crap
Yeah.
that
It's
comes
not-
You gotta
from
be
a
honest.
friend. Like you
You gotta
gotta
be
call
honest.
them out every once in a while to
It's
be
not
like, hey,
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not talking shit. It's helping them from making a mistake. We don't want
Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
to mess up.
Exactly. There's too much on the line. So CMAD 34 Marine, thank you so much for the 199. Appreciate it, buddy. Was about the store owners buying as a co-op. Okay. So,
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not that's super illegal.
So basically, my
yeah.
friend said
Yeah.
that you guys have some of his Legos.
You can go ahead.
It's just-
This story is so much bigger than just stealing $200,000.
So, since Chris is in the chat, this woman, this Amanda woman, I'm wondering, was she there when you were there?
No, she Chris. So Crystal already said that before. The Amanda chick, like she knows she was not an employee she hired or anything. Like she came in after.
Oh, so she came
Crystal-
after, right?
After Crystal
Okay.
and Ben left. Yeah.
Okay.
Worth of Lego.
Tonight's story began with a missing Lego collection and ended with a SWAT raid.
What charges are you facing right now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got so much. We got criminal stalking when I tried to serve him court papers, cyber stalking when I made the GoFundMe. I've already been to court, I think 3 times for each of those, and those court cases could drag out to 2 years. I'm in a lawsuit right now. The lawyers are saying $10 million minimum.
Are you stressed out right now with the lawsuits?
No, it's fun. I love it.
Looks exactly the same.
Their logic is if I'm in jail, I can't release my documentary,
Okay.
and then they get away with their crimes.
It
Okay,
seems
good
like
to
they've
know.
done anything
Thank
and
you.
everything to stop you.
We play differently here.
This is a classic example of
Played
corporate
differently here.
greed, working with a lot of money, using the cops to sweep a crime under the rug.
These are sets he has not been paid for.
They're not going to get away with this. I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company, or I will be in jail. They're trying to silence me right now, but I'm just going to come out and say all of their secrets that they don't want you to know.
Reckless Ben, thank you so much for coming on the Iced Coffee Hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for having me. This place is sick.
Thank you. You
First
have
and foremost,
created
I've never
arguably
seen the show
number
before.
one
Like
story.
ever.
Me neither. Yeah, I know that the
Never.
one guy is a financial channel guy. I've seen a couple.
Yeah,
of
he's
his
like a
videos.
real estate investor. For,
Yeah.
Like I used to watch him forever ago.
Yeah.
It's super
Of
boring.
2026. I
but
never
like,
thought I would be
pretty
so
decent info.
invested.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. YouTube recommended me this video maybe 20 times, but I saw $200,000 worth of Lego stolen, and I honestly could not care less. And then Graham said, "You need to watch this series.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
insane." And I watched the first episode in 10 minutes. I was completely hooked. It almost has nothing to do with Lego.
Yeah,
I feel you on that. I would never ever click on a video like an hour and a half long video on Legos either. I was kind of just banking off the fact that kind of exactly what you said, like 1 or 2 people will see it and they're just gonna tell everyone about it, and then they finally watch it and they tell their friends. I was like, okay, it'll just like it's not a good hook, but it'll spread,
I need to correct you right there because it's not actually Legos. It's actually just Lego.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. It's like
I've always
deer
hated that.
is what they say.
Or
you don't
fish.
say you don't say deers, you just say deer. But it seems weird to be like,
We got Benjamin Gorman in
hey,
the chat
can you
as
please
well.
give me the Lego back?
Oh.
Because then I think
Hey,
like,
Mr.
oh, there's
Gorman.
just
Hello.
no
Mr.
one
Gorman.
piece of
Welcome.
singular
Singular
Lego.
Lego. I'd agree.
Mr. and
What did he
Mrs.
say?
Gorman in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for popping up.
Agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a singular Lego piece can be worth $200,000.
There's
Oh, that's the
gold,
second part
brick.
to one of his
It's
other
worth a lot of
messages,
money, and some
by
of
the
the
way.
mini
Oh,
figures are
we
worth
missed one.
Is it actually
substantial.
gold?
Yes.
It better be
missed one?
gold.
Yes.
At $200,000.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe they only made 6.
missed one?
Where is?
Yeah,
He-
that he said
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, Last Relic makes such a good point. That
Yeah, a
one.
little bit higher.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Last row
Yeah.
makes such a good point. While I understand Ben was trying to be even-handed, saying maybe creates a false impression that it's likely she's some devious mastermind on the internet.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get to. I know the part, and I have some thoughts on it as well because I think
Well,
I
he
got
says it-
past
the
a little bit past that part.
My issue is also that he says it 3 times, and like for instance, like me, even though I'm like really trying to pay attention, I'm driving and I'm listening to this podcast, right? And so like obviously I'm gonna misinterpret something, so I have to go back and watch it. So, but my initial thought is like, oh my gosh, like why would you say that? But the average person's gonna do the same. They're not gonna do what I'm gonna do. Go back, watch it, come on a stream and watch it, dissect it, whatever. The average person's just gonna listen to it and be like, holy crap, like this is gonna get deeper, whatever. Like they're gonna run within their head.
Well,
And
yeah,
they're
they're
not
gonna think. Yeah, they're gonna think something. It's gonna give a different impression.
Yeah,
So I understand.
And it's not
The
about
world.
like it's not about like trying to like, oh, I don't want anybody thinking bad of me, but it's like one of the reasons why anybody with a lawsuit against Bricks and Minifigs that is in the public has a chance is because it is public.
Yes. Well, the thing
You
is,
know?
like, there's a reason why they say anything you say can and will be used against you, and that's why you always got when you're in litigation. That's why you got to be very careful, especially if you're going to be speaking publicly. Like if you're a YouTuber, we've seen it a bunch of times, like in cases we've gone over here online where people have said stuff through either social media or videos where just kind of like, oh, be careful, watch what you say, because it's again, when you're in litigation, they're gonna scrutinize everything, and the lawyers are absolutely looking at everything. Both Ben's lawyers and the lawyers that are representing Bricks and Minifigs are looking at everything that Ben is saying. They're looking at every single interview he does. They're going to scrutinize every single little thing. They're going to clip the stuff that they feel is going to be beneficial for their case. So, but we'll get more into that in a bit. We'll get more into that.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of critiques.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I can't. Why can't I freaking hear Aura?
Maybe you should buy it. Good alternative investment.
I would love
Beat your
to.
portfolio.
No, I'm
the
serious.
international index ones.
I would love to.
Anyways,
Can you hear Aura now?
Can you hear me now?
Or sister?
No.
And
$100,000 of Lego was stolen. What do people think this is about, and what is it actually about?
I guess like from the clickbait, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a thing into like Legos and stuff. I don't really care about Legos. Like maybe I won't watch it, But when you actually like watch it, it's about corporate greed and like a corporate entity that's in the wrong bullying the little guy because they can, because they have power and they can get away with it, even though they're not right. They can get away with it, and it's kind of a theme of like our justice system of like, because you're taught growing up, oh, if you're in the right, you'll win. If you're in the wrong, you'll get punished. But throughout this video, you kind of see it's like whoever has more money, they kind of maybe get this, like it goes their way. And then if you don't have money, even if you're morally and legally in the right, you can get screwed over just because you don't have the resources to fight.
What charges are you facing right now?
Oh my gosh.
John,
okay, we got
stop.
so much. We got
Pause.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, don't exit out of this because
I
I'm
won't
gonna have to do some bull crap to fix my audio.
All right.
Okay. Right. So John, they know he's in litigation. Why would they like? As an interviewer, because I'm not trying to say like I'm not making excuses for anybody or anything like that. But as an interviewer, right, and the person you're about to interview is going through a bunch of like litigation right now. Why would you ask stuff like? To me, that's weird. I think I call them cop questions. I don't know if you're familiar with DJ Vlad and the way he interviews, but his questions lead to people getting fucked up, like legally right after. So
yeah,
I don't know why they
leading
asked
questions,
that.
basically.
Yeah, I don't know why they asked that, knowing that he's in litigation. But whatever.
Well, like
stalking.
We don't know. We don't know when this interview happened. The timeline.
Good point.
Yep.
Like if it's old or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know when it happened. Like
Well, I think
remember,
they mentioned part 3, don't they?
Well, like okay, so
it's probably a couple days after, I would think.
Like he mentions buying a drone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know it's after the CoffeeZilla video. Because I think they bring up the CoffeeZilla video.
Yeah, they mentioned CoffeeZilla. They mentioned buying a drone.
Mm-hmm.
They what was it? Like we saw him Ben live on ACOB, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea where Graham's studio is, but he did that in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we know that like on ACOB, like Sheldon was flying out to meet with them or whatever, and they just did that live stream yesterday. So it's gotta be before he at the very least either win or right before he released part 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say so. I was gonna say so, like less than a month.
Like
so close to that.
I would say definitely did the interview. He didn't do this interview after part 3. I could be wrong, but
no,
you know.
Sorry, yeah.
Court papers, cyber stalking, where I made the GoFundMe. I've already been to court, I think 3 times for each of those, and those court cases could drag out to 2 years. So that's the criminal side. I'm in a lawsuit right now. The lawyers are saying $10 million minimum for me and my friends, what we're gonna have to pay if we lose. But I think we're gonna try and fight that. Obviously, we got the TRO. Which could be a real restraining order. I got a second restraining order coming. They haven't served me yet. I'm still, I don't want to say on the run, but they are not. They haven't served me yet.
Fled to Mexico.
That coming, yeah. So that's coming. I haven't been to my house since this dropped because of first we had a warrant for my arrest, but I got that dropped. We're dealing with that in court now. Then right when that got dropped, I got a second the first restraining order. So I was like, still can't show back up to my house. Then right when they served me by email, now I have a second restraining order that they're trying to serve on me. So the police has just been after me this entire time. They're trying to get me with extortion because they're saying that I told them if they don't give me the Legos back, I'm going to burn their corporate headquarters down and everyone. So I guess that's extortion, which is like super illegal. I didn't do that, but they're
Where
saying
did they
I
get
did.
that idea of?
I don't like that question either.
So basically, I just go up to
and
him.
I don't like this response.
So
I don't like the fact that he's even responding to it.
Yeah, this is I don't think, especially when you're in litigation against someone, I don't think you should ever answer questions like this. You should just say, I don't know. You would have to.
You should
find out
shut the
better.
hell up. That's what you
can't-
should do.
I can't-
You should be like, you're not my judge or my lawyer. Like, let's
Keep
move
in
on from
mind.
this question. Hello.
Oh, you have
Like,
a super
that's
chat.
pretty.
Yeah, let me
Again,
get
like
this-
a lot of people kind of. Sorry, my bad. I can't hear. Or were you
Can you hear me?
talking?
No, it was
I
me.
could hear you. I freaking. I
Yeah,
hate
I'm
my
talking.
computer
Can
so
you
much.
hear me? Can you not hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. I have to
There we
like
go.
switch like 4 different sound, and then when you play it back, I'm gonna have to switch it back. It's annoying. But it's like, what the freak was I saying?
Tyrannosaurus Rick,
yeah,
this might
yeah.
this might help your memory though. So Tyrannosaurus Rick says, Relic, this is what we were talking about in your live stream a few days ago. Ben needs to be careful in what he says.
Yeah, because it's anything you could say can imply other parties. You know, like let's say Stimpson JCat in the chat, like he mentions his account and like, oh yeah, I messaged this guy messaged me back, now I have all this information, blah blah blah, like whatever he wants to say. And now this dude is roped in. No offense, Stimpson JCat. Now Stimpson JCat is roped into possibly parts of his lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, and people are trying to make excuses like, oh, he's a 30-year-old kid. I'm like, that's a man.
Yeah.
30 years old is like, You're a dude. All right, like you are a full
Grown-ass man.
adult. Yeah, there's no excuses for naivety, ignorance, or arrogance.
Well, I do like your
Yeah.
point, Relic, because back in the day, I would let people's age. You know what I mean? I would let it excuse certain things and behavior. So I do agree, and I'm glad that you kind of pointed that out. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I don't think anything bad like any kind of maliciousness, but it is reckless, and I know his name is Reckless, but still,
yeah. I don't think anything
You
like
can't
that,
afford
but
to be.
like, it's also probably, and I understand when you hear his story. He was homeless. He was just he went through a life altering experience, and he just like wants to take life by the horns and all that stuff. Well, you're gonna be, reckless. You're gonna be a little less not caring, but you're gonna have less experiences where you're dealing with everyday people and you see the dark side of life because you're just trying to enjoy life. So I totally get that, but it's like, yeah, but now you're in it. You're in the most real thing.
It's
that
no
this
time to be
life
reckless right now.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't like this question, this is a question for Eamon. This is like Eamon's frame of mind of why he would think something like that.
Mhm.
And this answer that Ben is about to give is you'll see what's gonna happen. I'll comment when it's over.
All right. I'm like, hey, I mean, you saw in the video where I was like, you want to do this the easy way or the hard way? Like the easy way implying like you could just give them the Legos back. Like you're obviously like not entitled to, like you didn't buy those, so it like won't hurt them to give them the Legos back. That's the easy way. And the hard way is like everything that's happening now. It's like we take them to court, we show the world that they stole the Legos and their brand drops because of it. Like that's the hard way. But I think he thought the hard way was I burned down the building and everyone inside is what he took that as.
That's the hard way.
And there you
That's
go.
what he.
And there you go.
Now
Now you're just giving him an answer. Now you giving Eamon an answer.
He shouldn't be trying to explain how
Eamon's
Eamon would rationalize it, right? Or how Eamon would perceive it. It'd be better off for him to say, like, you'd really have to ask Eamon, because the thing is, there's an argument to be made that they could say that, well, when Ben said that to him, he was, it seems like he was implying an actual threat or some kind of, veiled threat with it. And he knew that. So that's why I don't think he should answer, because it's like, it shows, it could give the impression of like this awareness. It's like, oh, you know what you were doing when you said that. You 100% knew what you were doing when you said that. And it's just like,
now Eamon can be like, yeah, no, he said the easy way or the hard way, and it freaked me out. I didn't know what he was talking about. It
was a threat. It was a threat. He's gonna say it like that, which is what he said in the video. He's like, that's a threat. That's a threat. You know what I mean? So
that's, I just didn't care that they asked and the way he answered. So
yeah. I was just like, you'd honestly have to ask him. I have no idea what he was thinking, because I never said anything remotely close to to whatever it was that he took from that. So, or whatever it was that he told the police. It's like I never said any of that, and it's all on tape.
Yeah, ask Eamon.
I told him, I was like, hey, like once we make a documentary on this, like it's not going to be good for your brand, is what I said. But he took that as I'm going to burn down the building and everyone inside. And so immediately after I talked to him, like I have the body cam footage. He goes and like I have the security camera footage of the corporate headquarters because it was in Discovery. And he just immediately calls the police. He's like, hey, this YouTuber just came in and said he's going to burn down our building. I'm like, what?
Wow.
And then I submitted all the raw footage to the police that shows that I didn't do that. Like you can see, I go up the elevator, I talk to him, I go down the elevator back to my car, no cuts. I submitted that whole raw footage to the police. I'm like, I don't know where he's getting this. And the police looked at it and then they still charged me anyways.
How much money have you spent so far on lawyers?
I want to say about $750,000 to $70,000, I think.
I feel like it'd be in a lawyer's best interest to help you out for free because they would get so much publicity.
Hey, John.
So everyone.
Yep.
I have a conspiracy theory. Like, it just popped into my head. You tell me if I'm insane or not. So,
yes.
What would happen in that altercation? When they're, what's his name? Ben is talking to Eamon. He's like, we could do it the easy way or hard way. What are the chances, right, that like you saw like him opening that email that he said that Ben is never supposed to email on the company site and saw a bunch of people like talking shit about him? No, I'm not kidding. It won't make sense. The video didn't come out. Never mind, John. The theory's out of the water.
It's like those bastards.
Me has said,
that was
don't do
incoherent
that.
for me. Whatever you guys were on about.
It's okay.
Don't worry. It didn't work out. It didn't work out anyway.
We'll explain it later.
The people that are in it for free are probably not going to do the best job. They're doing it more for publicity and not necessarily to win. So because at first I thought the same thing, but basically everyone I talk to says, make sure you don't get a lawyer for free. Make sure you pay them, because then there's like accountability if they don't do the right thing. It's like, oh, well, I paid you, where there's kind of an out if they do it for free. Like, hey, he's not paying me, so maybe I don't have to go above and beyond.
I agree with that. How did you first discover the story about missing Lego?
So I just put at the end of my previous video, I said, hey, if you have a problem that the police can't solve, email me at this email. And I had made a whole email just for ideas, and I got probably like 10,000 like email ideas, and I posted it on the way to Burning Man, and then it started raining, and so it was like muddy at Burning Man. It was like a 26 hour wait to get inside. So me and my friends were just going through all the ideas, and we would just like star all the ones that we thought were the best. And we came with like 20 ideas that we started on. Some of them didn't really work out because, like, as you could tell, like when I first did the Lego video, the first thing I do is I walk to Bricks and Minifigs, and I'm like, I just want to hear their side of the story, And then obviously they kick me out and they like get upset at me. So a couple of the video ideas were like, okay, let's hear their side. And it's like, oh, well, it turns out this is kind of a misunderstanding or something. Or like, I guess they weren't actually the bad guys, So that happened a couple of video ideas. And the Bricks and Minifigs was kind of just one of the ones where I was like, okay, let me hear their side. And they just got super upset at me. So I was like, okay, let me just keep pursuing this, because it seemed like there was like a huge injustice. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep doing this,
What were some of the other ideas that people sent?
No, like right here, like
Ben's
I think go ahead, bro.
No, go.
No, I just thought it was smart. Like, he gets these videos and he has to hear all sides, because it's like these video ideas of what he could do is like, well, like he said, like he found some of the people that emailed him were actually the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I think he explains a little bit more, but yeah, like he starts off like really well, and again, even though we're critical of like the things he's saying, because it's now in a lawsuit, right? He's going through the ringer right now, but he is smart, and that's why you can't, like, he's smart enough to do all this stuff, to edit, make documentaries, to really not only captivate the public, but to investigate deeper than anybody else was doing, right?
For sure.
And so, like, you can't say that he's smart, but then say that, oh, he's just a 30-year-old kid at the same time, like, this dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, like, and also just to point out again, the criticism comes from a place of concern. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
we're just shitting on the guy. So
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like, I don't
For anyone out there.
think we said anything out of
pocket.
the ordinary.
I don't think
like,
so.
it's
No,
like,
nothing derogatory. Nothing.
it's not like,
derogatory
oh my
at all,
gosh,
no.
this guy's freaking like insane for saying this. Like,
What
no, he
an
probably
idiot.
shouldn't. Yeah.
Stupid man.
You big dumb.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, there were some amazing ones.
He's got a red like 80s skater mullet though. I will say that.
Word.
For Ben.
I was gonna say, obviously.
Yeah.
Craziest one, because I'd imagine if you just say, hey, give me a case the police can't solve, you're gonna get like wild stories.
Look at that.
Well, I'm currently working on 12 of them side by side. A lot of them I'm still undercover, so I don't really want to, at least on the record, not go into them yet, because then the audience, it just takes one troll in the audience to be like, oh, I'm going to tell this company that Ben's undercover in them right now, and then it ruins the whole thing. And I'm like deep in some of them,
Tell us the ones though that you're not doing that were just crazy. Like, are you getting like cases?
I'd say like slightly below that. You might have to censor this one out. I can tell you, but maybe just put like a censor over it or something, like a bleep or I don't know, or silence it. But
the whole thing.
this is one of the cool ones I'm working on. There was this guy.
Yes.
It's a good thing they did that. Some people can read lips and make videos about shit like that.
Yep.
It's like literally the exact same plotline as the Lego video.
What the fuck did he tell them?
The thing is, I like how uncomfortable the other guy looked. He was like,
I know, yeah.
That's nasty. Yeah, that looked like that's nasty, man.
Que sucio, dar sucio, bro. Oh my god. The return.
Ooh.
We when we're like, hey, we solved this case for you, you know, and they're like, if you don't leave right now, we're calling the cops on you. And
now I'm like completely
now I'm
invested, 'cause this
invested.
is like
What?
one of the most horrible things I've heard in a long time.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a few steps down from
some of the things that I see you do are like, I would say categorically genius. Like being able to come up with "We steal from old people" is the company name and the tagline is bricks and minifigs. Doing that, or like, you know, covering up their sign and getting this woman to sign a document like months in advance before you actually ended up using it because you're posing as like a FedEx delivery person or whatever. Like all of these things, it's like it's like a game of chess. Move after move after move after move.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what would you say your like actual value is, like your skill set? Like what do you attribute this to? Are you like a PI, an investigator, like a detective?
I actually like the chess analogy, and I use that analogy a lot. I'm like, this is like a game of chess, and the way I win is the unpredictability. So I like chess a lot. I go to a chess club every Thursday, but it's like, okay, so
who would have thought?
If I play like a normal like E4 opening, you know, and stuff, and you play a normal opening, it's like I might win, I might lose if we're like the same skill level, you know. But say I have like someone who's just like a beginner at chess and doesn't know anything, and they just make some really weird moves I've never seen before, they might beat me just because of how weird they're playing. And I don't know how to like counter their moves, you know. So I kind of do the same thing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come up with some weird like strategy so outside of the box you're never going to see it coming, and even though it's the stupidest thing ever, I might like beat you because you won't know how to react, you know. It's like, this is like, you're right, like the thing where I'm like the FedEx thing or something, like they didn't know how to react when they saw that signed document, so they literally would just close their store out. Like they stopped calling the cops on me and they would just close their store down, and we're like, yes, like we won, you know, because it wasn't like a good idea at all. Like it was a terrible idea, but they just didn't see it coming, so they didn't know how to react to it, and it worked.
So how were the Lego sets missing?
It's kind of being debated how much the Lego sets are actually worth, and he already got paid out $17,000 from the previous owner, so he wasn't owed $200,000, but that's just an easy number to use. But he puts his Lego sets in the store, and the store didn't have enough money to buy them from him, so they said, let's do a consignment. So they're still your Lego sets, but every time one gets sold, you keep like 70% or whatever, how much percent they're giving him, and we'll keep like the other percent, you know, as a thank you for like selling them for us. And so it's working out fine. He already got paid $17,000 in this, so every time sets would get sold, he'd get the majority of the money, they keep a small amount. But then corporate comes over and takes over the store for whatever reason. That's not really any of Brian's or my business. I guess there was a business dispute that's completely unrelated. So they take over the store, and they said everything in the store is now ours, including these sets that weren't the stores to give him. You know, it'd be similar if I parked my car.
Not a good thing to say. That's totally unrelated.
Which part?
When he's like, oh, like I guess there was a business thing, like the termination letter, and then he's like, I don't know, it's unrelated.
I mean,
like, that's like
it is
correct in terms of what he's trying to formulate, but not a good thing to say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I was gonna say, if you want to expand a little more, just to say like why you think it's a bad idea that he shouldn't say that.
Well, like, you know, because of the termination letter, because of the dispute, is the reason why they held on to the Legos.
Yeah.
You
and
know
why the sets couldn't be why they couldn't be accounted for and the payout. Yep.
Yeah, so it's all related. Like, it's just if you say like, oh, me and Brian are not a part of the Bricks and Minifigs deal between Bricks and Minifigs and Crystal, you could say something like that. But then when you say all of that together and then said this part's unrelated, it's like, but it is. It is related.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Yeah, it ties to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I see what you mean. Yep.
Just in case if anyone didn't know what you
like,
meant.
they don't just get my car. Like, it's not their
They
car.
sell
it's
that
my
parking
car. Yeah,
lot,
or
right.
something. Yeah. So his Legos are kind of like, a car parked in the parking lot. Like, they don't just get his Legos, but they're claiming they do. So when he shows up, he's like, hey, can I have my Legos back? And they say, no, these are our Legos now. This is our inventory.
Just
and
to
he's like,
answer Little Lamb.
what do you
again,
mean? And they're like, well, he's like,
it doesn't matter what he means. It matters what they can use against him.
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's the
matter what
scary
his
part, yeah.
intention, what he means. It's like this is his state. Like it's like there was like when Bill Burr used to be funny. There he said that like have you seen like some of the where like there's like a case between like a man and a woman, and the woman claimed that they had relations, but it wasn't what's it called?
Consensual.
And then,
oh yeah, I had to ask for consent. I remember that joke. Yeah,
and then like he's like reading like the prosecutor or whatever, or the lawyer's like reading it like it's like, oh no, stop, you're being so bad. And then he's like, she didn't say it like that. She didn't say it like that. He's like, oh no, stop, you're being so bad. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Right. Hey Rose.
Yeah.
Rose Investigates, welcome. Thank you so much for the 199. He's just incorrect, not doing anything bad. He's talking about
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I have this contract, and like, well, we're not a part of this contract. In order for us to be under an agreement, we have to sign something, and we didn't sign this contract, so we don't have to listen. We don't have to follow the contract because we didn't sign it. But what they are failing to understand is when they take over the business, they take over any of the agreements that are in the business, including that contract. So since they took over the business, they're taking over that contract now, which their response to that is, well, if you want your Legos back, you can sue us. But by suing us, you'll spend more money on court than your collection's even worth, and you'll just lose money. So you'll lose time, money. It'd be much easier if you just let us keep the Lego sets. And that's where he was at.
And why did this video then break the internet if it seems like it's just someone stealing Lego?
I think because of the last sentence I just said. So the corporation says, we know we're in the wrong, but we can get away with this because we have money and you don't. And I think people are tired of like big corporations like hurting the little guy. It's like the punching down. People hate that. And so I basically went to Brian. I was like, hey, you know what? We're going to stand up to this company and show them that the little guy can't get bullied anymore, And I didn't do it from like a Mr. Beast perspective where it was like, okay, we're going to like pour all this money and like do all this like stuff. Cause then it wouldn't have had the impact of like the little guy standing up to the big guy. Like I did it from the story of, okay, we have no resources. How can we use our creativity to take down this big company, And it kind of really relates to people that like don't have resources and can't stand up. And so I think the message is really like, if you're creative and if you like really put your mind into it, you can stand up to the big guy. You just have to like be creative and like make a voice,
Speaking how the little guy can win, me being a little guy, I suppose, I tried to find out if any public company had interest in bricks and minifigs so I could short it, and I couldn't find it.
We were joking about that right before we posted the video. Yeah, it's not publicly traded.
I wanted to do like a Chris Camillo social arbitrage trade, and I'm like aware of all this information. This company is getting hit with like, they have to spend all this money on lawsuits. They're getting all this negative press. I'm like, I can short this company and make a lot of money. No, there's no public interest.
Yeah, we were definitely joking about that right before we posted the video. We actually looked it up, and then we were very disappointed when we saw that there was. I've never like invested in stocks or anything my entire life, but this will
change that. At the end of this episode, we're going to change that.
Yeah, I've never like invested in anything. I invested I think $20 in Bitcoin like right when it started, and it turned to like $500 I think. But that's the only time I was like, oh,
that didn't make you want to invest more, like 20xing your money.
I probably should have. Yeah, I don't know. I just I just like spending all my money on videos. Like I don't have money to invest. All my money I just put right back into the videos.
How much do you spend per video?
Not a lot. I think there was like a less than two. It was like we spent gas money to get up there. That was the biggest expense, and then the Airbnb and hotels, and then food. That's about it. I bought like maybe like $400 of Lego props. Like we brought like the Lego costume. We bought some like Lego like. Yeah, maybe like I'd say like probably $2,000 budget maybe for the whole video.
Now, when you were filming this, was there any moment where you thought maybe I could be wrong? Now, people put off starting their LLC for months because they picture some massive legal headache.
Skip the ad.
Like talking, digging through government in one place.
It has chapters, John.
Ready to operate 50 states. So wherever you're starting, they've got it covered.
I'm trying to get past his ad read here.
That's why I said it had chapters.
You thought maybe I could be wrong.
Well, yeah.
Well, the thing is, the ad read, unfortunately, is not its own
Registered
chapter.
Agent for sponsoring this episode. And now let's get back to
the ad read wasn't he didn't chapter the ad read, so he made sure that people would watch it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. This is a good question that he's about to ask right here.
All right.
Oh.
All
right.
Yeah, I thought somebody. Yeah, gosh.
Podcast. And when you were filming this, was there any moment where you thought maybe I could be wrong?
Well, yeah, that's of course. That's why I went and heard their side. You know, I feel like I'm just documenting my experience, so I can't be wrong in my experience. So I'm like, okay, I heard Brian's side of the story, and I'm like, okay, Brian could be wrong, so let me hear their side. So I go to their store. Then they call the cops on me, and they're like, leave, leave, leave. So there's nothing wrong, and I'm just like, here's what happened. I'm just here to share my experience, and I'm not wrong in sharing my experience. So,
what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about this story?
I don't know. There's the spy glasses. It has the wrong timestamp at the bottom. It's like 2019. So a lot of the reaction channels watching it, they're like, he's been working on this for 7 years. Like, what the heck? Like, this is
take it easy,
insane. I'm
Rubik.
like,
Thank you
"No,
for joining the stream.
Have a good one, Rubik.
And then they're like, this, and then it'll be like 2020. And we use like 6 or 7 different pairs of spy glasses. They all have different dates at the bottom. So it looks like we filmed it over like 6 years or something, but we really filmed it in like 4 or 5 days. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the biggest misconception, like storyline wise. I don't know. I just tried to be like, hey, like we went in and just tried legal stuff, you know, we're like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's just try it. And we just did it. And we just shared our experience, I guess. Okay, the biggest misconception I think is everyone the entire time is saying like, get a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, like if you had a lawyer, you would have solved this immediately. Well, first off, Brian's wife is actually an attorney. So we did have a lawyer with us the entire time. And most of the ideas we would pitch to her, she's like, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. And we're like, sick. That means it's going to be awesome, you know? Because I've always thought that, like,
so
the idea
what do you think about
really
that?
boring. But at the same time, we wanted to. All right, good.
What do you guys think of him saying Brian's
That we had a
wife is
lawyer the entire time and we ignored the advice?
Yeah, and it's not even about ignoring the advice. It's like, oh, so can they go after Brian's wife?
Actually, I don't know, to be honest.
Well,
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so because it doesn't sound like she ever directly involved herself. They might have asked her questions on what they could and could not do and things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense, but I'm like, he's not going against honest people.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I was going to say, I would think she would have to like direct him or at least give him an okay. And the fact that I think that he said like the opposite, like she's like, that sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that would implicate her for anything.
No, I don't.
It's an assumption,
The thing
though. I
is,
don't know.
anything that would implicate her would be any kind of direct involvement, any kind of actual conspiring with them to do stuff. I'm sure they asked her advice on certain things to do, and she was probably like,
like details to like not.
But
not
she,
screw themselves
yeah,
over,
it doesn't sound like that there was ever a point where she was ever actively involved. You know what I mean? In what they were doing. So at least at least so far as we know, right? From what Ben has said, what Ben has shown, and even Brian too, even though Brian, you know, he was, talking with Brian and stuff like that. There was stuff that Bricks and Minifigs were saying, like they made it seem like Brian was at the scene when Ben was doing all this stuff, and he wasn't.
Yeah, because they've constantly lied and allegedly, right? And they like what people don't understand is like the language in his TRO, the language that they're using in these cases. It's like one of the reasons to get the emails is like who did he communicate with? Not just to find out what he's saying, but who did he communicate with so that we can also rope this in, and they might get scared.
Sure.
And who knows, like, you know, get
It's a
turncoats.
possibility,
Like
yeah.
it's not, and it's not like it's about being conspiracy theorists or anything like that. But they're trying to win. Nobody's in this to lose. And if you're dishonest, you're gonna find every single way. Like if you're gonna threaten possibly somebody who's innocent or just like maybe even saw Ben, and you have some information that nobody else does.
Yeah,
you know,
Blue,
like some bull crap. You know,
Blue Vegas in chat says she was on the phone via speaker and said no when Ben brought up small claims court individually. So, but even then, like I said, that's him asking her questions and stuff like that. It's
that's fine. That's
would be
just
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
It's-
she probably said multiple times, like I can't actually give you legal advice, but like
Yeah.
it's not something I would do. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
That's
I
what,
get that.
that's what I
Yeah.
think too. So
To do it from the perspective of someone who doesn't have resources for a lawyer, you know, and because a lot of people like say I just like threw like $50,000 of this video and we did it like the right way and we got the Legos back like easy. Then
let's see. Rose investigates. Don't say
it's
they're
Rose.
conspiring. This video will be a court exhibit too. It's not a TRO anymore. It's an injunction. No liability for communicating. We're not saying they're conspiring. We're saying
Yeah,
they
and
would. They would.
also we're commentating
Yeah.
and saying like from what we
Yeah.
know, like it seems like anybody could do this.
Yeah, for them,
You know.
for them, to go after him for like conspiring stuff like that, they would have to basically, get discovery, get communications between Ben and her, and obviously her on the phone with him and him asking her questions is, that's not. It's not them conspiring for anything, right? There would have to be something that'd be much
No,
more
you can-
damning, like
You can get a lawyer to give you pro bono advice. I could call one right now. And I'm not conspiring.
So-
I'm fixing your thumbnail, by the way. That's what I'm doing, if in case you're wondering.
oh yeah, no, that's fine, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean our videos? I mean, sure.
The one that we're using tonight, because
this one.
we did something.
They
we did
could-
something
they
totally
could-
different.
if they're gonna use
Sure.
this one tonight, then they can lick my balls. There you go.
Oh,
I hope that plays in court.
okay. Okay, hell yeah, Relic. All right, hell yeah.
Play that
Well,
in
that's the
court.
thing.
It has to be on
We're-
a court document.
We're aware of that too, because the thing is, you gotta understand, we've actually our videos in the past before where we've talked about certain things. We know for a fact that some of our videos have been used by lawyers before. We're aware of it. We can't speak on details and stuff like that, but it's again, I don't think they have anything. They're not going to have anything on Brian's wife. I don't think that
Well,
they can
also,
really
I don't
use.
think we're saying anything crazy. Like we're asking questions.
We're just talking.
You know.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
So.
and the people watching at home are like, oh, well, he could have only pulled that off because he has money, and it's not like inspiring me to like stand up to my bully, so I wanted to do it from like the point, like from the perspective of someone who literally has nothing, that way when you watch my video, it's like, there's no excuse. Like if I can do it, you can do it. Like go out. I want it to be inspiring for people, like if I could do this with literally nothing, you can stand up to your bully. You can stand up to the person pushing you around. And
So how did it go from something as simple as just
So nice
standing up
sentiment.
to your bully and like wanting to make something right? Some guy had his Legos stolen. You just want to return his Legos, to you then being, what would you call, like charged with 6 crimes? Like how did bridge that gap? Because I'm sure a lot of people wondering
so at the end of the first video, I wasn't charged with anything. We were just having fun. I guess the cops were kind of, which makes sense. Like at the end of the day, it is a civil matter and the cops really aren't supposed to get involved. The cops are kind of being dicks, but I talked to the chief of police afterwards and he said that the police messed up. They were given false information and wrote false information in the police report. And since the police were going off the information in the police report, they were going off false information, didn't know the whole story. So they apologized for that and they gave me like a personal apology, which I really respected. And then it wasn't until we went to Utah where things started getting crazy. And I think this is once they so the whole first video, they just thought I was some kid. Like, I remember the phone call, he's like, are you just some kid? Like, this isn't how the world works. Like, you're just he's like, are you young? So they just thought I was some like stupid idiot that they could like bully around,
Hey.
And then
Hey,
in the
it's
second
Tom.
video, I think this is when they find out on my YouTube channel, because
What'd you say?
when we did the lawsuit, I had to like pull my
I
information.
said Tonga.
Oh yeah, Tonga. Yep, everybody's favorite.
In the lawsuit, and so I think they were like, let's look this kid up, and they found my YouTube channel. So they're like, okay, this guy's doing a video on us, and that's bad. So let's make up reasons to get him arrested, is what I think they were trying to do. Because why else would they be acting like this? So I think they're just making up reasons to.
Do you think
get
they
me
thought Ben had a
thrown-
lot of
because
money
their
to
logic
sue
is
him?
if I'm in
The way they-
jail, I can't release my document.
Go ahead.
Do you think they thought Ben had a lot of money for being a YouTuber? And do you think that's one of the reasons they try to sue him for so much money?
Well, like we also saw, I don't think it's that. I think they're suing them because they believe that he's causing damages. It might be
Damages.
that. I don't know. but like we saw in the Provo, like in part 3, where like that's kind of like the consensus where that lady cop was like, I wonder how much she makes because he's able to travel everywhere, right?
Right.
So it's like people don't respect YouTubers, but then at the same time, if they see they have a following and getting a bunch of views, like they must be millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the false perception.
Yeah,
Just
it's
curious.
So.
And then they get away with their crimes.
So it originated in Oregon. That's where this whole
The store,
original,
yes.
the store was that stole the Lego. And then you went down to Utah because that's where
They closed the store, yeah.
Yeah,
and that's where the owners live.
They closed the store, and that's where they live. And so you're effectively trying to create a lawsuit because you couldn't sue for this exact infraction because the store was closed or whatever. So you try to create a secondary lawsuit of other people having their Lego stolen on consignment from the same owner. It's a little bit complicated, just trying to understand.
Well, that's the whole point, it's like we're trying to make it confusing, and if it confuses you, it probably confuses them, and if they're confused, then we win and we get the Legos back.
And so you went all the way over to Utah, and then this is where the problems really started happening because that's when they started charging you with like stalking and this and that. And I'm curious because Graham actually had an interesting opinion on this. He said that there's actually a fair argument to be made of like, okay, this could be cyber stalking or like in-person stalking. I want to hear what your opinion is on the matter.
Yeah, see, I was thinking if the roles were reversed and some YouTuber comes to you, would you think this is brave journalism or would you think it borders harassment? And I was...
Did I steal old man's collection and bully him?
I think there's an argument to be made because I'm
No, there's not.
on your side.
No, there's
here,
not.
But I'm just trying to play
I don't
devil's
care.
advocate.
What do you mean?
There's not an argument for harassment when you're trying to retrieve stolen or property that you're trying to retrieve that belongs to you. Gideon is a good example of harassment because his mission was to get a squatter out of a house. He succeeded, but then proceeded to follow him and try to use him for content anyway. That's harassment and stalking. He followed him somewhere else after he completed what he was supposed to do. If Ben got the Legos back and then proceeded to constantly fuck with them, then it's harassment.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, like, what do you think about just getting your perspective? I guess playing devil's advocate over here. What do you think about like showing up at their house?
I don't think anyone should show up at the house because, well, unless he's trying to serve him. I think that's
he was.
He showed up for legal reasons. He didn't show up. He didn't show up for the sake of just, hey,
exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Just to mess with them. He showed up to serve them legal papers, which was what. Or actually, remember, he was supposed to have the good faith, try to make a good faith effort to resolve it with them first, and then the next time around was to make sure that that Josh got the legal papers.
100%.
But not if you're referring to Spineless. I don't know what Spineless was doing there, and no, he shouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So would you say like? Is it possible that Spineless being there would push it to harassment because of all the crap he said afterwards?
I was going to say the only reason I say yes is because he said Ben paid him to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that. And that was the dumbest thing that kid could have said in that specific scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because it technically reckless Ben's, idea for him to do such a thing.
Yep. So Tyrannosaurus Rick with the 5, thank you. You are the stream daddy tonight. It looks to me that BAM is being dismantled brick by brick. Yep, I think so too. So
I agree.
All right, let me.
I think there is an argument to be made that this guy did take over the store. The prior owner has really poor record keeping. A lot of this you can't prove without forensic accounting, and anything he says is going to be used against him in a lawsuit. That it's best
what's
for
crazy?
him to just shut up.
Because we bought up Spineless now.
Yeah.
Isn't he going to have to be there to corroborate against Ben those claims, and doesn't he have to prove that?
So that's the thing. They're absolutely going to subpoena him to talk to him if it gets as far as deposition.
Yeah, we're not done with Spineless. He's in this now. Like
because of what he said.
3 too.
Because of what he said, he will absolutely be subpoenaed by Eamon's lawyers, by Bricks and Minifigs lawyers.
Well, the police
he
too?
absolutely will be subpoenaed by them to speak.
I think I don't know, but I think we're not done with Spineless. He's still
Well,
in
like
it.
the police is also
He will be deposed.
The police is more complicated situation because they could drag it out much longer, and they're like the American Police Department. From what we've heard, there's still some communication between them and LAPD.
Yeah,
because Ben did state
Ben mentioned that, yes,
that like he can't go to his home because they're still trying to serve him certain papers that he hasn't been served with yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the part right here.
Let the legal system kind of work through its thing. I think it was really irresponsible for him to say anything and to make any threats or like anything.
It was great.
He should have.
It was amazing that because most people do just shut up, and he was just kept talking.
He was the
It
one
amazing,
making threats to you. You made no
Correct.
threats to him.
So I think he was an idiot, but I also think there is an out there that he could say, listen, the prior owner, I have no idea what's going on with this. Bring me, some sort of civil action or something. But until then, I'm out of it. I don't know what's going on. The prior owner, they're a mess, and leave it at that. And then maybe it wouldn't have gone to such an extreme.
Yeah, but at the same time, also, like the prior owner, she gave us pictures of all of the Lego sets in the store still when they were kicking her out. So there was proof that at least a bunch of these Lego sets were still in the store. And so, and he said, like, you guys can have them back, and then when we show up, they just try to call it.
Let's pause real quick. Yep.
So, okay. You want to
The poor book.
Yeah. So Chris says, I'm so fucking tired of the poor bookkeeping narrative. For 3 years, there were no issues with my record keeping until they booted me out and never asked any follow-up questions. And again,
ain't convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. People also forget this point. I mean, he's citing CoffeeZilla's video, but you also have to remember the Ring camera footage, right? Which was part of Ben's videos, and even in CoffeeZilla's video, also where Crystal reiterates this point, is that they kicked her out before she could get the documentation she needed. Okay.
Yeah, because also, like, I've been critical of the past. I was like,
same.
This is
Me too.
And then I
fully
pointed
admit
out
it.
like, there's a few things. First, if she's gonna sell it to somebody, and that seller sees that they don't really like that bookkeeping, then they'll inform her and then she will change it. Second, it's like Bricks and Minifigs, either they trained her or didn't train her, but they had no problem with how she was bookkeeping in the past. So regardless, if anybody has criticisms, it's more a play on Bricks and Minifigs because they were cool with it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it looked sloppy or not, or what our opinions are. Like,
yeah.
This
that's the
multi-million-dollar company liked her bookkeeping.
Yeah, and look at it like this, because when all this initially started, and I was watching Ben's initial parts, I thought the same too. I was kind of like under the impression, I was like, well, it sounds like there could be blame to go around. But then the more information started coming out, my opinion started to change a lot. And then when CoffeeZilla's video came out, like I said, that kind of changed my perception on Crystal as well too, for the better, because of the part where she said, hey, look, it's possible that maybe I did something wrong, but again, I don't have all the information to look at that. But if I did, and she remember real quick, she says, and if I did, she's like, and if I did do something wrong, then I will own that. I will 100% own that. And
that's like the point that everybody needs to really.
They completely gloss over that.
Yeah, because that shows to me like you're a good business owner. Yeah. Because you're not looking at yourself like I'm an owner and I know everything and I'm the best.
And I'm infallible,
You're humble enough to be like, oh yeah, like I see your perspective. It's annoying, but totally could see that. And if I screwed up in some way, I could totally rectify that. Like, let's
I'll
go
make it
through
right.
Whatever. Like, I'll make it right.
Integrity.
That's something.
Yeah,
something
and
that's very. That's not common these days. So go ahead.
Yeah. And that's something we don't see from the Bricks and Minifigs side at all. They're not even. There's no
attempt to make anything right. There's no attempt
not only
to solve
that,
this problem.
there's no attempt ever by them to even entertain the possibility that they're wrong about anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and that's the big issue here. You know what I mean? With all that. So
Yeah, I totally agree. Like it must be super frustrating. But I would say like, hey, it already is what it is. So like Crystal, I wouldn't pay too much mind to it. The only thing you can do is like, if we're gonna own another business again, be like, okay, like if you still like that bookkeeping and it makes sense and you could keep track of everything, great. If you want to improve, up to you. But unless you're gonna sell it, like when you sell, you show something to an investor or you sell a business, you have to cater to how that investor or that businessman likes to keep their books. So sometimes you'll hire another bookkeeper, CPA, you'll have third parties check it out. So there's a process to make sure that whoever it is you're giving it to, that they can read it and they like it. So like Bricks and Minifigs obviously liked her bookkeeping. There was no problem.
Yeah. There wasn't a problem until, again, there was even the slight hint that they might be leaving. So CMAD 34 Marine, thank you so much for $9.99. I appreciate you, buddy. Spineless was video recording, no different than a cameraman records for a news reporter. Just because he was paid does not make it a crime or an element of harassment. So here's the thing, though. It's the way that he portrayed it. You know what I mean?
It was what the call was about.
It was what the call was about. And the way he kind of just gave up the ghost. He honestly didn't have to answer any questions. He really didn't. But he decided.
And we don't know what the text between him and Ben said either.
So and as far as I know, and again, this is according to Sheldon. Who is actually more connected to Ben than Spineless Ben. He said Ben never paid. He never paid that other Ben kid. He never paid him. His claim is he's like, he never paid that kid. I don't know. That's what Sheldon says. You know what I mean?
Because I'm pretty sure they'll certainly use that argument that Ben is paying a bunch of kids to do a bunch of things for him, because that's what they were trying to do. So
now here's the thing: here's the thing: is it possible that Ben paid him for something else? Sure, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
gas. Probably gave him gas money.
Is it possible that he paid him for doing that? Maybe. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That's all going to come out in discovery, because that Spineless Ben kid is a part of this now. So there's no way for him to avoid any of it,
This is crazy. He handed over the phone. Now that I'm thinking about it again, like all over.
Yeah.
And just to answer Jaleesa, they yesterday you guys had a stream that you went over Kai's phone call, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We actually did. We did that yesterday. And that was another thing also that kind of, to me, that kind of also added more credibility to Crystal and her husband's story as well. To hear the full full phone call in its context, it adds more credibility to her side of stuff too, because there's a lot of stuff that, again, Kai McAllister had no kind of discretion whatsoever. He seemed to not give a shit. Like he spoke with absolutely no discretion. So,
and then I don't know, like I said earlier at the beginning of the stream, I don't think a guilty person would go and sue, this big corpo. And especially
knowing the discovery, especially knowing the discovery is going to come out and things like that. Yeah. And that's all going to be part of the filings. So
the cops on us. So, if it was truly the previous owner, I cut a lot of this out of the video because I thought it was kind of boring and it didn't really lead to anything. But there's a lot of parts in the video where I'm trying to team up with them. I'm like, hey, if you're saying the previous owner stole these sets, let's team up together and get the previous owner. But right now she's sending me a bunch of pictures of these Lego sets still in the store with the metadata timestamps on them. So it seems like you guys took.
So remember this too. This is something key, and I haven't mentioned this in a while. Remember in CoffeeZilla's video, he got pictures from Brandon, right? But what I found to be pretty interesting about the pictures that he received from Brandon, the ones that they were saying, oh, there was nothing in the store. What's interesting to me is there's never a point in CoffeeZilla's video that when he speaks about Brandon's pictures, he never mentions any kind of metadata or timestamping in those pictures, which I found to be pretty interesting, because there was a point to mention the fact that Crystal did have metadata and timestamps on her videos or on her pictures. So you would think that if they're trying to argue that well, hey, Crystal left the store empty, right? Well, okay. Well, why don't you show the metadata on your pictures so we could see if it was taken around the same time, you know what I mean, or how long after, or if it was even taken on the same day. Let's match them up together.
I don't know if Crystal's still in the chat. I would like to know if that year they did any so every year or every quarter or half quarter, or no, not half quarter, or twice a year. I forgot how many times. Either somebody from corporate comes to your store, or they do like a FaceTime call so that you can show them the layout of the store, film everything, see if everything's up to par, all that stuff. And I would like to know if they did that year of 2024, and if it was close to that day, so then you could see where the other camera angles are. You could see how the full layout is actually set up, because you're gonna have to go through like a full walkthrough.
Yeah.
You know, if they didn't fly out.
All right. So this is here.
The set, you know.
We're skipping ahead a little bit, but I saw in the CoffeeZilla video, the prior owner did admit that there is a chance of sloppy record keeping. and that
she might have stole some too. I think there's a equal chance that the previous owner stole some and the new owner stole some.
Equal chance.
I tend to think
I wouldn't have said this if I was Ben.
No.
This to me, he shouldn't have said this. And the reason why is two big reasons, right? For one, it's going to be used against him in his case, and it's going to be used against Crystal in her case. So right now, he basically gave Bricks and Minifigs a twofer. He gave him a 2-for-1 by doing this. So the thing is,
because that's their claim. That's their claim.
Yes, because that's
claim
their
that
claim.
she sold them. Yeah.
What he should have said was like, look, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, maybe it's possible that, you know, Crystal didn't fully, if you wanted to give the opinion, like maybe it's possible that she didn't fully keep accurate records. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. And maybe that's why we're in the situation we're in. I can't say for certain. That's what he should have just left it really open-ended, not said one way or the other. By him saying that, again, that's something lawyers, they're always going to do this. They're always going to use whatever they can. A good lawyer is always going to use whatever they can. They're going to clip that, and they're going to be like, see, look, right here, look. Even this guy who came, like for Ben's case, they'll probably frame it like, see, he's not a reliable narrator, because even he doesn't fully believe, you know, that
there's multiple angles, like, or like he's either not a reliable narrator, or he's not a good investigator, he's not good at documentaries like this. And I know Crystal said that like they're good. That's great, awesome. But yeah, lawyers are gonna be like, my worry, and it's a good reminder, like this might not affect his case very much. That's possible, but it might affect Crystal's case.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but like this concerns me. And
They'll
I'm
frame
just a regular dude.
Well, the thing is that
You
that's
know?
the thing. Lawyers are going to frame it that way because that's their job. Their job is to, obviously, they're going to try to paint their clients in the best possible light and try to discredit the people that they're in the litigation with.
Yeah.
So they're going to use these. These are all arguments that they're 100% going to use, right? They're going to say things like, "Oh, you know, see, she didn't keep the proper books, right? She didn't keep the proper inventory." And look, see, she could have taken the Lego. See, look, there's, you know, they're gonna frame it however they need to frame it to make their client, which of course is gonna be, you know, the Bricks and Minifig side. They're gonna to frame them in the best possible light. So it's like, so this was I think this was one of those things that's deserving of criticism, that Ben should not have said this the way he said this.
And,
you know what I mean?
Crystal did say that they did a virtual field visit around July. So those virtual field visits, like, you get a lot of details. And the reason why I point that out is like Brandon's angles look very specific. It isn't just like he's taking a picture of like, this is the wall. It's like, it looks like he's like avoiding certain spots to make it look more empty. In my opinion, so like I would like to see a virtual field visit.
Yeah. So it's not about so real quick, just answer this person. Yeah, I see him. I see him. So just to address this real quick, it's not about whether or not, you know, they're not. It's about how lawyers are. The thing is, you got to
And
understand
attacking
once,
character.
once you open the can of worms of attacking somebody's character, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. That's how it works with litigation. The idea is to attack somebody's credibility as much as possible to win favor in the judge's eyes, right? To get a judgment, or if it ends up going all the way, right, goes all the way to trial, to get as much favor on your side as possible by discrediting the other person. So
well, the TRO was bullshit to begin with, right?
Yeah, I do. Thank you so much, Tyrannosaurus Rick, with the 10. Relic, this is exactly what I said in your live stream. He needs to check with his lawyers before doing these things. He just needs to be very careful with what he says, because like they say, anything can and will be used against you, and they will use everything they can to frame to frame it in the worst possible light against somebody. That's the thing. That's why they'll even use things like I'll give you an example. Like
I'll give you a better example, John. DJ Vlad's fucking podcast. Everyone who leaves there goes to jail because he asked them a bunch of police questions, and then they're like, "Oh shit." Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just like the thing is they will absolutely use things that are obviously out of context, right? They will use things out of context. That's the thing. Lawyers will do that. They'll do that to help their client, right? They'll use something that somebody said out of context, and they'll try to frame it in a way that makes the person that their opponent.
Bro, you know how much they're going to harp on that easy way or hard way thing? They're going to harp on that a lot.
They're going to use that too.
And it's like, it surprises me how naive people are. And I think it's more naive than innocent, because it's like, you don't understand. Lawyers are not in the game of morality and integrity. They are the game to win. That's their only purpose. You pay them so you could win. It is not so that you could prove that you're honest and truthful. No, it's so you could win. That's it.
Yes. That's what lawyers care about. That's what they're hired for.
Yeah.
It's about winning the case. That's what I'm saying. But
here's the thing.
Amber Heard lawyers, they were pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, like you don't think the Bricks and Minifigs lawyers, if they thought they were absolutely gonna lose, they had nothing, that they wouldn't have been like, hey, you might want to settle, like, let's end this as soon as possible because you guys really effed up. No, they believe that they have validity to their case.
Of course,
they're gonna make money.
Or even if they don't believe it, they found a way that they believe they could win. Allegedly, I don't know how many times I have to keep using.
I don't know
what
they have. Yeah,
I don't
know. Well, think about this.
Know what they got.
Think about this. This is the best way to put it into perspective, right? If you look over Bricks and Minifigs' case against Ben, or the lawsuit, right? If you look over the filings, they know the lawyers have seen the videos. They know that there's parts in Ben's video that completely contradict the claims that they're making in the lawsuit, but they don't give a shit. They completely omit that because, of course, they're going to key in on the things that they feel help their case. You know what I mean? And frame it in the worst possible way against Ben, because that's what lawyers are. That's what they're trying to do, because they're not trying to have any kind of integrity or honesty in the moment. It's about, hey, we'll use this. They might hear something that they know is sarcastic. They know for a fact it's sarcastic, but they'll say, look what he said here. Oh my God. Look what he said. Look what he said about our client. They'll spin it. That's 100%. What they do. That's what lawyers do. So Chad, or his Chad, CMAD, but I guess we could call him Chad Marine.
Chad Marine. Hell yeah.
For the $4.99. Doesn't matter. BAM took on the liability of the contract. If they feel Crystal screwed up, they have then have to sue her.
Yeah, ring camera footage.
Oh yeah, we already know. Yeah, but we already know. Again, look, we're not saying that Ben saying this is going to cost Crystal her case or anything like that. It's just, it would have been better for him not to have given him something to use. That's all we're criticizing here.
Yeah.
Because look, Crystal's case is still very strong, right? They pretty much set her up for failure. They took away tools that she needed to properly run her store from the beginning.
All I know is that in court, shit can go any way at all. Yeah. There's times we thought it was in the bag, John, and it really wasn't. It was far from that. So,
and that's the other thing too. We never know,
that's all I know.
how a judge or jury is going to see it. You know, if it goes that
I don't
far.
know what they have. I don't know what Spineless Ben gave up. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's a good reminder. We're none of us three, at least as far I'm not. None of us are lawyers, right?
Yeah, no.
Like we, like I can bet 1,000% all lawyers are dissecting every tiny piece way more than we can even imagine or have an idea of.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I see favorability in it, but anything can really happen. To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, in most instances, again, like we said, when these suits happen, they almost like 99% of the time they usually end up in mediation,
settlement, mediation,
in settlement, and people end up settling. So, you know, like I said, I don't see a scenario where it goes all the way, because again,
it'd be crazy.
The further it goes, there's more money that parties spend, including bricks and minifigs, and you got to understand too, they're paying their lawyers a lot, and the more people make content like me, right? Bricks and Minifigs' lawyers are watching videos like mine, like this one that we're watching right now. You know, they're watching videos that Moist Critical is making. They're watching videos that whoever, you know, the bigger YouTubers are making. They're watching all that. So these are hundreds, if not thousands of hours of this time that Bricks and Minifigs is going to have to pay lawyers to come over all these videos. That's why litigation is so expensive and why people usually end up settling, because they don't want to continue to have to pay all this money to do all this shit. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, please.
Well, go ahead.
First.
My comment means nothing to no one. Go ahead.
What are you talking about? I want to know what you're saying. Go ahead.
No. I was just thinking, because we've had phone calls, right? And like I've had phone calls with a bunch of different YouTubers, and a lot of people say that I'm thinking way too negatively. But I started apologizing to people about, like, dude, sorry if me connecting with you is gonna like have more eyes on your channel in the worst way possible or stuff like that, you know, like, because I'm not nobody. I'm talking about my story, but I did have a Bricks and Minifigs, and so then I worry, like, it's not the reason why I haven't come on for a while, but like I was thinking about that, like maybe it was a good thing, you know, while Reckless Ben is spouting stuff that he may or may or should not talk about, you know, like not appearing on people's channels, because I don't want to hurt anybody's livelihood or
no,
even
you're
channels,
good,
you know?
bro. You're good.
So like,
you don't need to worry about that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, since I'm not a lawyer, like I'm the dumb guy in that situation, so I don't have no idea what they can use, what a lawyer can do, just by having somebody who's like, I don't even know if I were to go to Bricks and Minifigs and they knew that I was one of the people that have received a termination letter, would I be able to like sit there and talk to people just about Lego, not about anything Reckless Ben? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't know. It'd be one of those things. That's one of these to discuss.
Like those things. Like, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I need the money to just talk to a lawyer. Even looking at a lawyer is expensive for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. I don't know what to say about that. Oh, man.
See, you're tripping up, or watch yourself.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, yeah. No,
I thought you said, like, I know a guy. I'm like, don't say it.
Yeah, it was just
joking.
I'm playing.
It's
like
me.
you said,
I am the Kana.
And look, it might have been an instance where that's probably something he was just thinking at the time and didn't really think it through. He just was quick to answer.
Well, like you can't afford to not think it through. You can't. This is like remember what we talked about. Like, this is, people are trying to do a victory lap. Like, this is just the beginning. This is starting now.
Yeah.
All the other stuff was fun time. Now that they have, like, they've heard Ben's side or have this new traded TRO or whatever, and Ben's able to make video games again. Now it's started.
Yeah.
It didn't start before. They're waiting for him to trip up. They're keeping an eye on him to see how far he goes on his ideas.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, again, like I said, it's something that they're going to use against Ben too. That's the thing, because they're going in their case against Ben. They're going to say, like, see, look, he was saying that we stole him, but look, it doesn't seem like he really actually believes that. And look what he said here. And again, that's what lawyers do. They're going to use whatever tactics they possibly can, to frame the opposition in the worst possible light. It's just it's how litigation goes.
We want him to talk. We want him to
for sure.
Speak his mind, but it's like
for sure. Just be careful. That's it.
You got to be super careful. Like nobody asked about anything about
if you thought she did. Yeah.
He just puts it out there. It's like, okay, man, like how did that help anybody?
Yeah. I mean, like my take is, I don't think he was being malicious with it. I think he just.
I agree.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm just clarifying, and then I think he's just
sorry if I'm a little frustrated, brother.
No, you're okay. You're good. You're all right, bro. Like, don't fucking apologize. You're great. All right. Anyways, we love you. I get Relic's concern. That's all I'm saying too.
Yeah, same here. Because again, look, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line. I want
everyone to win. I want Ben
Crystal
to win. I want Crystal to win.
Yeah.
I want Brian to get his Legos back.
I want justice to be served.
We want all these people to win. We want them
accountability.
Sure that their cases are good. That's all. We want to make sure that no matter what, that they come out on the winning side of all this.
Yeah, because Ben's message is a beautiful message. Like, I want people to know that they could stand up to their bully.
Ben inspired me to come back to YouTube, bro. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Same.
He did inspire people. Like I wouldn't be here without him. So
yeah, like it's a beautiful message to hear. Like, I want to inspire people to stand up to their bully, and it's like fantastic. I also I think that's a great thing.
I would not be sitting here reading court papers at like midnight almost.
And that's why I want him to win. That's why I want like the honest people to win.
Correct.
Because even I'm still I will tell you this, I'm still not gonna believe I can win even after he wins. That's me.
It's
that's why you need the inspiration. That's why you need the inspiration.
I think people will be inspired to like look for a career in being a lawyer, to help their neighbor, to help the next guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm already inspired, not by him, but just to help the people around me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever really believe in the legal system.
No,
I mean, yeah. It is fucked. There's crazy stories.
It's tricky. It's tricky to navigate through. So
well, it's because it's people. It's not that it's the legal system is inherently completely wrong and corrupt. It's like
sometimes
no matter whatever system you create, the cleverness, the human mind is gonna find ways to tackle it on and do what they want with it. They're just people.
No, for sure.
I have a story for you guys later. I'll tell you later.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here now because we're out of time. But
we ran over. Look at that.
Yeah, we ran a little bit over, but that's fine. We appreciate you guys joining us this fine Saturday evening. We'll be off tomorrow, but there will be a video. So if you guys make sure to have your notifications on. If it's your first time here, would appreciate the subscribe, like the video, and this I'm gonna go ahead and share this in the chat. This is Crystal's GoFundMe for her suit. So help her fight back. We want to see them win. So and for sure to Ben and Crystal in the chat. I did speak with Echo Base. He gave me all his contacts, so I'll be in touch sometime soon here. Oh, we got a last minute by CMAD 34 Marine. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate it. The real question is, how does the jury see the totality of the evidence if it even goes to trial? Well, that remains to be seen. We won't know. We won't know until it happens. That's the thing.
It would be insane if any of these went all the way to trial.
Yeah,
that would be insane.
I would be genuinely surprised if they ended up in court. But
and Ben and Crystal, I think Benjamin Gorman, you got my X account. That's what it's called, right? Freaking Twitter.
Yeah, it's X. You're correct.
Unfortunately, message me there, and if you want, I'll send you my phone number, and we could have a conversation tonight or something.
Unfortunately, message me.
I hate X so much, dude.
Yeah,
every time you guys are like, no, it's good communication. I get on there, freaking
I hate
bull crap in my face. Like I'm like, it's a crappy platform.
Yeah. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys. Yeah, we'll be back streaming Monday, but tomorrow will be a video probably. So just be on the lookout for that. Appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Tyrannosaurus Rick for being the stream daddy, and CMAD, you're right there. You're the should we say stream daddy apprentice?
Stream Daddy Light. I don't know. We never had a second runner up. Sheesh.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I don't think we ever had either. But appreciate you too, C-Mad. For real, we appreciate the support that you guys have been giving us. And like we always say, we're gonna keep covering this until there's accountability for the parties involved. And we got some plans for some stuff here in the near future that hopefully, once we get everything squared away, we can announce. So
yeah, the John Toy Bounty Hunters OnlyFans coming soon.
Yeah, where I get to show that'll be nothing but toys on there. You get to see all.
I know, right?
Yeah, definitely gonna be toys, brother.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be toys
of certain persuasion. Yeah, let's go
Lego
offline.
kind.
Let's
the
go
Lego
offline.
kind.
John.
Yeah, we got some filming to do.
All right, so y'all have a fantastic rest of your Saturday evening. I got a fight to go catch.
Yep.